My most excellent friends and fiends, and welcome to the second episode of the second season of D&D Surprise Party. I am your humble dungeon master, Ye Old Dragon, and I'm thrilled to be back here again with this wonderful batch of new players. Yes, players. So, how's everybody doing tonight?
Woo, yeah!
Pretty good.
We are excited. It's Wednesday.
Yes.
I've been looking forward to this all week.
It's Wednesday, and we're right where you can find us every Wednesday. Now, we hope that you were here to join us last week as we met our gallant band of agents from D.E.L.V.E.R.S. and as we raised money for Jasper's Game Day. Now, your donations in the forms of rerolls, advantage, natural 20s, and even 2 rolls of the surprise die raised $570 for suicide prevention and awareness. So thank you all again so much for your generosity. And thank you to Jasper's Game Day for letting us be part of this year's festivities. And we are looking so forward to doing more with you in the future. Now, speaking of those rolls, we actually had a lot of them left over. So, as I said last week, because we crushed that first goal, I'm letting the unused rolls be used tonight. So this way our donators still get their money's worth. And some of our players get their second chances. But make sure that you take advantage of them tonight, because after tonight, they'll be gone. So I'm being charitable because of the nice people out there. Don't get used.
Sounds like a threat.
I do not threaten. I merely promise.
Okay.
In any event, now since we had 2 rolls of the surprise die, as I said, and because that we actually selected 3 chosen during last week's session. Now, the first 2 recipients were Danos and Squeaks, who got boons in the forms of a long-term bless and a whole batch of platinum pieces, known on Hercune as talons, respectively. Now, we didn't get to the 3rd chosen, so I've opted to keep them as this week's chosen, and they will have immunity in next week's selection. However, Bob and Nate, your immunity will vanish after tonight. So you're back in the throw, so to speak, next week.
Noted.
Okay. So that also means that we won't be rolling for the whole selection tonight because I already have the chosen. Good luck to whoever you may be. And let's go right into our sponsors. You find yourself out for an evening stroll when suddenly an unusual fog begins rolling in. It almost seems to be following you. You quicken your pace, nervously looking behind you to see it's gaining on you. You break into a full run, not daring to look behind you. You duck into a nearby alley and dare to look down the path you took, only to see no fog whatsoever. You breathe a sigh of relief, but as you start walking down that alley, you realize it's filling with fog and mist, and everything goes black, and you're suddenly rendered senseless. You have no idea which is up and which is down. And as your vision clears, you find yourself in what seems to be a very strange, dark village where the air is thick with fear and dread. Welcome to Ravenloft. And you can create your very own Ravenloft adventures, including your own dark lords and dark domains, with Van Richten's Guide to Ravenloft. Now available on D&D Beyond. Now, you can also use the new Gothic lineages of Dampiers, Hexbloods, and the Returned, as well as create new School of Spirits, Bard, and Undead Warlock subclasses. D&D Beyond is your go-to official D&D digital toolbox for all your character creation needs, as well as plenty of tools for dungeon masters, including homebrew tools, which I have used extensively the last few weeks to create various people and backgrounds and goodies for our players. And you also have encounter setups, and they're still in the alpha combat tracker. So they're working on that. And so that's what's going on right now with D&D Beyond. And thank you, D&D Beyond, once again for sponsoring D&D Surprise Party. And next up, we have our wonderful friends at Neverending. Now, do you need character art? My fellow dungeon masters, do you need a lot of character art, but maybe don't have the time or the ability or the coin to commission them? Well, the folks at Neverending have something for you. A little something, something. You know what I'm saying here? And you can use their custom character builder to bring your visions to life. Now, they just launched the beta 2 version of their character builder. The layout is really sweet. I just looked at it myself earlier tonight. It's looking very sharp. You should definitely go and check it out. There should be a link in the chat for it. Now, they have several subscription tiers available, including a free level just to get the feel of things. And they're having a special right now where you can get a full year subscription. That's their hero level tier for only $9. No, you did not hear that incorrectly. $9. And that will also include a 30-day free trial just to make sure that you want to stick with it. But you can unlock hundreds of assets for your characters. And now there's an NPC generator as well. And there's a ton of new things coming down the pipeline too. So congrats on version 2 Neverending and on your very successful Kickstarter. And thanks once again for sponsoring D&D Surprise Party. And we can hardly wait to see this season's character art that you're going to come up with.
I'm legitimately making an account right now. Like, I'm not even joking. I was just like, oh, cool. It worked. The ad worked.
That's one new sale. Thank you. Okay. Now, of course, D&D Surprise Party wouldn't be here without the minds behind Chaotic Tiefling, ATL. And, we do this show here. And this channel is the brainchild of our dear offstage oracle and our boss, Babs the Bat, the Queen of Chaos. She who booped the chaos's nose. This community has been lovingly cultivated and curated to create a truly safe space for creatives to come and be themselves. And I know that I couldn't have even attempted to do Surprise Party anyplace else. And because there is simply no place like Chaotic Tiefling. So, but there's a lot more to the chaos than our fun on Wednesday nights. Well, for example, there's What Streams May Come, the monthly Shakespearean live reading streamed performance hosted by the dynamic duo of Our Lady of Shadows, Jessica Skellington, and the Bloodhaven Bard, Finnegan Archer. And I lost my place. Now, each month, a randomly generated cast plays randomly selected parts. And our next production will be Henry V on Saturday, June 12th at 7 p.m. Eastern Time. Well, we're still waiting to hear who the cast is going to be. So we're as much going to be surprised as anybody else. But then again, this is Surprise Party, so that's pretty much the norm. Now, also, if you like adventure as part of your Sunday brunch routine, well, make sure you tune into Chaotic Tiefling ATL on alternate Sundays at 11 a.m. Eastern Time, as you can journey into the original setting of Utharian Legends. Created and DM'd by Strike Red Kite, our moderator supreme, and featuring several familiar faces, including our own Big B, and tech directed by our Celine, and also our aforementioned Finn and Jess, and occasionally other familiar Chaosling faces might pop up from time to time, either as NPCs or guest PCs. And the next episode streams live on May 30th at 11 o'clock a.m. Eastern. So make sure you have yourself some nice eggs, maybe some toast and a nice mimosa. Get yourself ready for some brunch and some Utharian Legends. Do it, why don't you? And as always, you can find all of our previous episodes from all of our shows here on Chaotic Tiefling at the Chaotic Tiefling YouTube channel, the link of which is no doubt in our chat. And finally, I need to really wrap this up, so I'll simply say this. Hit exclamation point, forsooth! Yep.
Forsooth.
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 Frank.
In the chat, and this will give you a link to my TeePublic shop, where you can get your hands on all sorts of geeky and nerdy merch. You can get shirts, you can get hoodies, you can get tank tops, face masks, which you still need. Despite the vaccine, you still need a mask. It's the only way we're going to get through all this. We have mugs, we have travel mugs, we have notebooks, phone covers, stickers, magnets, even pillows. Yes, pillows. Now you can find Shakespeare-inspired merch, pop culture-inspired merch, and of course D&D-inspired merch, including, naturally, D&D Surprise Party merch. Now, we have 2 new designs for this season so far, the Tease logo and 2 versions of the D.E.L.V.E.R.S logo, one dark, one light. And you can get your hands on them now. Also, starting tonight at midnight and running through Friday night, you can save up to 35% off. So help a dragon out and buy some merch today. Thank you. And now, on to adventure!
Huzzah!
Okay. Whew. All right, so when last we left our esteemed friends, our gallant band are employed by a company called D.E.L.V.E.R.S, the dungeon expeditions to locate valuables and recovery of same. I don't even remember what the blasted thing is anymore. But anyway, it's D.E.L.V.E.R.S. So there. And a company that goes and dives into all these different dungeons that mysteriously appear throughout the continent of Firth on the world of Harkoon. And these dungeons pop up at varied times during the course of time for varied lengths of times before they disappear back into whatever plane of existence they may have come from. A new mysterious dungeon appeared that has never been recorded before, despite the best efforts of some of the most referenced libraries in the world of Harkoon. No evidence whatsoever of this dungeon has ever been found before. And it appeared 5 days ago in the middle of the desert. And the chairman of D.E.L.V.E.R.S put it forth to the taskmasters and mistresses of the spread out offices that are satellite offices nearby a dungeon of their own. And they called for their best agents at each office to come and form a team to check this new dungeon out. And that's where our players came into this. They were approached by their superior officers, the taskmasters and the taskmistresses, and sent on this mission. They all found their way to the home office, although they were under the impression they were heading directly to some dungeon with a strange mystery behind it, not knowing the true purpose of the trip. And they found themselves going into a barn and finding a teleportation circle, which brought them to the head office, where they actually met the Chairman Argento, as he's known, who very rarely makes public appearances or speaks to anybody. But this was such an important undertaking, he felt that he had to speak to them personally. They gave them as much background as they could on the dungeon, and then they sent them through another teleportation circle to find their way to the site of the new dungeon. They managed to take advantage of a cart waiting for them, a very special cart that seemed to be powered by lightning magic. And as they traveled across the desert to the site, they witnessed an appearance and an attack by a giant skull worm as it attacked a rock and dragged it under the sands to snack upon. And when they got to the new dungeon, they found Diazira's taskmaster, Gelfin, who explained about some of the instances that were going on there, how they had sent a few scouts in just to get a general layout of what the insides looked like, but they didn't delve too much further. And that was where they came in. They found, Diazira found and disarmed a trap of guillotines. Southus has been marking various notations on the walls, and you found your way down into a corridor where Squeaks went inside to the room, found a whole bunch of statues, and he found a small bag that turned out to have 3 small platinum bars. Now, ordinarily, you don't see talon bars like you see the draconian bars and the other types. And it was quite a bit of coin that the bunny barbarian managed to get his paws on. And it was after that they discovered that these statues that were smashed were apparently statues of Goliaths. It was determined that they were artistically sculpted. They were not transformed or petrified, though. And they did find that several pieces, especially right in the region of the chest, were actually pulverized from some sort of mighty attack. They then went to check out a door. They pushed the door in when their senses were accosted by the stench of death and decay. And our Leonin paladin had the taste of ash in her mouth as they beheld shambling towards them 2 huge ogre zombies wielding clubs. And that's where we left off, and that's where we're going to start right up. And we're going to start right off with your very first initiative, my friends. So everybody, hit those initiatives, please. And let me know what you get.
15.
Okay.
I got a nat
12.
1.
Oof.
21.
Great.
14.
Okay, I'm going to just run down this quick. Dizera.
15.
Southus.
10.
Dimitra.
12.
Danos got a 21. Squeaks.
I rolled a nat 1, but it's a 5 total.
Okay.
Oof.
Would you like to use a reroll from the pool? Or
Yes, please.
okay. All right, so you're going to be using a reroll from the pool for your initiative. So we have 4 rerolls left in the pool. Thank you
Okay.
very much
You
to the donators who
Thank you.
made that
Yes,
possible.
That's a 17.
Nice.
Well, that's a lot
Much
better,
better.
isn't it?
Much better.
Thank you very much to that donator.
The sigh of relief.
And Strix, what was yours?
Oh, 14.
Okay.
See if I remember the voice. I do.
Okay, let me see here. Okay, so on 21, Danos, you're overhead the two shorter ones in the front, so you can see.
A question: does Danos' buddy need an initiative too?
I'm gonna make it simple. Agamemnon will go on your turn.
Awesome. Okay. First, I'm going to cast Spiritual Weapon.
Okay.
I would like to put it... are the ogres close to each other?
They're fairly close to each other. The room itself is about...
Can I position the spiritual weapon to be between them?
Yes. Yeah, you can do that easily. The room is about 90 feet across, so it's wide enough in there. These guys are very large boys, so they take up a lot of space, but you can do that. It's about the same dimensions as the room that you were just in. So it's about 90 feet wide and about like 110, 120 feet long. You can see down towards the other end in one of the corners, there is another doorway out. But right now, between you and that doorway are these two ogre zombies.
Yeah, all right.
How far are they away from us?
They're just about in the middle of the room, so I would say they're about 40, 50 feet away from you, from the door.
Yes.
Perfect.
Are we inside the doorway or are we standing on the outside of the doorway?
Well, there's a little bit of a hallway coming that there's like a 10-foot corridor kind of, and the door is like right in the middle of it. So you would be right there, especially since you pushed the door in.
Yeah. Okay.
So you're right in the doorway, but the shorter folk are there, and then the taller folk right behind them. Because I believe last time we said it was Dizera and Squeaks in the front, and right behind them was Strix
and Dimitra. And then Selphus and Dennis.
Okay, so you set up your spiritual weapon. Now, setting the spiritual weapon up is a bonus action.
It is.
And do you wish to...
I would like to take a swing at one of them.
Okay.
Oh, that was the wrong button. There we are. That is going to be a 16 to hit.
That hits.
All right.
Give me choose A or B.
B.
Okay. And that was how much points?
That was 6 points of, I believe, radiant damage. I would imagine. Oh, nope, that's force damage, not radiant.
Okay. No problem. All right.
And I would like to move so as to let my compatriots run by if they would like. Can I make my way into the room?
Yes.
Okay. And then, like, to one side.
All righty.
Yeah.
That is 21. Okay, on 17, Squeaks.
I don't remember if I can enter rage at the beginning of my turn or if I have to wait till the end.
Yes, you can. Entering rage is a bonus action. Oh, hold on, because I need to get up a whole new window here for a second.
You might want to pull up that table because I can't.
Dragon, for my action, can I take the dodge action?
You used the action to attack. The bonus action was to set the spiritual weapon.
Oh. Yeah, all right.
Sorry. After this, you can use it as a bonus action to attack. But the first time is setting it up is the bonus action, and then the attack is the action.
No problem.
All right, let me just get that table set up here for you. Okay. All right, so you are entering into your rage. So you're seeing this wee bunny get all flustered.
Yep.
I need you to roll a D8, please, Bob.
I don't think we've explained to our audience what's going on.
We will.
I know you guys know, but here we go. 6.
Be something awesome.
You see as Squeaks is becoming enraged, his little pink eyes glowing bright red, and the hair on his body seems to stiffen out. And you see that he's surrounded by multicolored protective lights. He's almost got like a little disco effect going all around him. And until your rage ends, Bob, you have a +1 bonus to your armor class. And
Ooh.
while they're within 10 feet of you, your allies gain the same bonus. Because you see, friends and fiends at home, our bunny barbarian is a barbarian on the path of wild magic. So
Because of course he is.
all sorts of chaos will be unleashed with this rabbit. And
So what was the
I'm going to have
bonus
to
to
do
AC
something. I'm
again?
going to have to do something out
+1.
after we figure this
+1.
out.
If we're within 10 feet with Bob.
So if you're all pretty much within the 10 feet right now, so you all get a +1 on your armor class at the moment. All right, so you enter your rage, and what do you do?
I'm gonna go up and take a swing at one of them.
All right. So you're going to
Right.
run in the room. As soon as Squeaks pulls away, because he's going to enter melee with the ogres. The +1 armor class is faded right now because he's more than 10 feet away from you.
Can you reach them in one turn?
I believe you have a. What's your speed, Squeaks?
I don't remember. Hang on. This character sheet is arranged strangely. It says 30 feet.
Okay, so you can get about 30 feet towards them. So they're still about like another 10 feet away.
Ooh, can I use Rabbit Hop?
Yes, you can.
Heck yeah.
Interesting.
That basically just gives me an extra D12 to my speed for a turn.
Speed bunny.
So I got an extra 10 feet.
40.
So
That's
I
enough.
got
They were
40
40 feet in. So
Yep.
you're up to one of them. So you can take your shot.
Heck yeah. I'm gonna swing my great axe. My tiny great axe. Oh,
That size is just an okay axe.
That's a 19 plus 7, 26.
That hits. That definitely hits. Are you hitting ogre A or B? B is the one that Danis had already smacked with the spiritual weapon. By the way, Danis, what form did your spiritual weapon take?
It is a spiked feather. Like a barbed feather.
I love it. Okay.
What?
Like a feather with like barbs on it, like spiky.
like a big metallic sharp feather.
Exactly. Yep.
I love that. All right.
So which ogre did you want to hit? The unhit one or the one that he's already slashed at with the glowing feather?
The unhit one.
Okay, so do your damage.
I'm that arrogant. Let's see. Oh. 11 plus 5, and I get an extra plus 2. That's 18 slashing.
Okay.
Took a giant swing with a little axe.
Hey, it's the paper
Yes.
cuts that hurt the worst.
Rude.
Okay.
Death by
And I
1,000
believe that's
bunny
everything that
barbarian attacks.
And I believe
Someone
that's
throw hand sanitizer on them now.
I believe that's everything that you can do at the moment, between using your bunny hop, your movement, and your action, and your bonus was raging. So you're all set. Anything else you want to set up for? Okay. On 15, Diazira.
I'm gonna pull out my short bow.
Okay.
Has everybody been focusing on B so far?
Actually, they've both taken damage. The B is the one that Danos slashed with his sharp feather, and the A has been attacked and mauled at the ankle by...
A has a giant bunny, or a tiny raging bunny in front of it. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and attack B with my short bow.
Okay.
24 to hit.
Oh, that definitely hits.
And 7 piercing damage.
Okay, so that was on B?
That was on B.
Okay, 7, right?
Yep.
Okay. All right, well, they're both still up. Anything else that you want to do?
Move
You
to
can
the
sneak
side
attack?
so that people can come. What?
Do you get sneak attack?
Not at this
ally
range.
is engaged with them.
Not at this range, I don't think.
Yeah, no, it's... No, not not at this range. No, sorry.
I mean, in theory, I could have, but
Oh, well, wait, let me just double check.
If you had advantage or with a ranged attack, if someone is engaged with them already.
yeah. So if I
Somebody
had
is
shot at A,
You'd shot at A, who's engaged with,
Oh,
yeah.
but I
with
didn't.
Squeaks.
So
But,
I thought it was in between both. That's why.
Okay. All right, so is there anything else that you want to do?
just move to the side so that I'm
Okay.
not standing in the doorway.
All righty. Next up, Strix.
Yes. I would like to step forward a couple feet so that I am within 30 feet of the ogres, and then step a little bit to the side so that I am out of the pathway of my allies. Subsequently, I would like to look at them, and I would like to analyze their threat level. As I'm doing this, I am going to presume that their charisma is quite low. This is an assumption I'm making. I would like to cast Bane on both of them. They make a charisma saving throw.
Okay. Okay. Considering that these have a -3 modifier, what was that they need to roll?
A charisma saving throw against a DC of 15.
15. Okay. Well, the first one definitely missed with an 11. And the other one rolled a natural 1, so it's actually a -2. So
Wonderful.
you've cast Bane on them, which means...
They subtract a D4 from every attack and saving throw they subsequently make until my concentration is broken or I drop the spell
Okay.
for a minute. As my bonus action, I would like to point out some weaknesses in their stance and give Dimitra Bardic Inspiration with that.
Thank
Oh.
you.
Okay. So just tell her what that means, what the Bardic Inspiration means.
Yes. For 10 minutes, you can add a d6 once to an ability check, attack roll, or saving throw. This can be added after seeing the roll, but before knowing the outcome. So you get basically 1d6 to add on to an attack, saving throw, or ability check. Once, after you use it, it's gone.
Awesome.
Okay. And anything else?
Oh, you can also use it to add to casting a spell that restores hit points or deals damage. So if you cast a spell that deals damage, you could add a d6 to that damage, or if you cast like Healing Word, you could add a d6. to that
That-
healing.
That would not work with your lay on hands, though,
Okay.
because that's not a roll. That's a predetermined amount.
Has to be a
Gotcha.
spell. Yeah.
Okay. So that's it for you then, Strix?
That is it for me.
Okay, on 12, Dimitra.
All right. So just to recap where everyone is positioned, we have Squeaks and D.E.L.V.E.R.S up front still, or are they moved to the side?
So Squeaks is all the way up there next to one of the ogres. D.E.L.V.E.R.S has moved to the side and she's back near towards the door.
Gotcha. Okay.
She moved specifically to the right-hand side of the door.
Right, and Danos also moved inside in the opposite direction, as did Strix, moved out of the path, so that this way, the rest of you can either aim or move in cleanly.
Okay. So I would like to move in closer to, let's say, ogre. We both have damage.
They both have damage. Ogre A is currently engaged in combat with Squeaks.
Okay.
Ogre Zombie B has a slash in him from a giant glowing feather, as well as an arrow sticking out of him.
Okay. I'm gonna go for B.
Okay.
And I
they're
want
about 40
to-
feet away.
I am 40 feet away.
They're about 40 feet away from you. So what's your speed?
Okay. How much can I move?
You can move up to your speed.
Speed.
It's at the top of your character
35
sheet.
feet. So I can move, and you said they're 40?
They're 40 feet away, yeah.
Okay, perfect. So I'm going to move up to my speed, and I will be within 5 feet of them. So I am going to hit them with my battle axe. Or
Yes,
hit him.
because battle axe has reach. So
Yes.
So are you going to be swinging it two-handed or one-handed?
Let's do it two-handed.
Okay. So let's roll.
All right. Now, help me with how I need to do this on D&D and Beyond.
Okay. On the character sheet where it says the attacks,
Yes,
go ahead and click on that.
got it. All right.
Nice.
Nice.
And
So that's a dirty 20, I take it then. That's with your total pluses.
I guess like it's here we
Yep,
go.
it's a 14 plus 6. It's a
Yeah,
dirty
14
20.
plus 6. Sorry, my
Okay.
little box went away.
No
yeah.
problem. All right. So that definitely hits.
All right. And then I roll for damage.
Yep.
That would be a 12.
Nice. Very nice. Do you wish to put anything extra into that? Because you do have, I believe you have like smites that you can use.
I do.
It's up
I
to
can
you if
only
you wanna
use
them.
those once, right?
You
Or
can
per
use.
spell slot.
You can use right. They would cost you a spell slot.
Okay, I'm gonna hold off.
Okay, so 12 is a nice total. Okay, so you take a nice chunk out of him at the with the tip of your axe. Okay. Is there anything else that you want to do?
I think that is yep, that is it.
Okay. On 10, Salthus.
Quick question. The natural 20s and rerolls, the reroll is obvious, but if someone had bought us a nat 20, do we have to see the result of a current roll before we use it?
Yes, I'll let you go ahead. So if you roll and it's not a good one, you can opt to use your nat 20 in this instance.
Fair enough. I'm going to roll then. Solthus, still at the end of the hallway, is pulling out a very small diamond out of his component pouch, begins muttering and moving his hands, and a scintillating rainbow light is showing from the diamond. He then projects forward, and out of it, it has resolved into an orange firelight ball, which streaks towards the zombie that is engaged with Squeaks.
Okay.
And let's see if this chromatic orb hits.
I
For a
love chromatic
total
orb.
15 is my roll.
That hits.
Then it does 3d8 of fire damage for a total of 15 fire damage.
Okay, 15.
Did this thing just like catch on fire right in front of me?
No, but you do see that over your head shot a glowing burst of red energy that looked a little bit fiery, and well over your head safely. And you see it struck right into the face of the ogre zombie, and some of the already rotting flesh just melts right off, revealing the skull underneath.
There's like 7 feet of over your head to play with. You're safe.
Basically.
Solthus
You're
does
right.
not have a bonus action to use, but he will say to everyone, it will take divine light to put these things down permanently. Keep that in mind, please. And that is the end of his turn.
Okay. Yes, Laura.
I have a question.
Okay.
Because I realized I was assuming something and that might not be true when I picked the spell. So before I use it, I want to know if I should switch it out. If I cast heat metal on myself, will I take damage?
Yes.
Okay. Can I switch out the spell?
Because
Because I took it assuming I wouldn't, and then I was
well,
like,
you can
wait,
use
that doesn't make sense.
that to heat other creatures' metal, whether they're wearing armor, whether they're holding a weapon that's metal. So you can use it in that instance.
Yes, but I would much prefer than a different second level spell.
I'll
Out of
allow
all
it
of
this. I'll allow it this time.
Yeah, that's why I'm asking before, like, I have the chance to use it, because I'm like, wait,
I'll allow it
I'm
this.
in my suit of armor.
Yeah, you are the suit of armor.
Yeah, exactly.
You are the brute squad. Okay. All right. So that was Solthus' turn, and now it's 7, and ogre zombie A is there, and well, he's just looking down as just more flesh melts off of his face, and he reaches down and he's going to try to smash at Squeaks. He rolled a 4, but there is, hold on, I have to roll the minus D4. So he rolled a 2, and so that means he effectively rolled an 8.
I hate to remind you, Dragon, but you still have your rolls as well.
I know.
Okay.
Thank you.
I just want to be fair. You know.
I know.
Want to be fair, having
I also
bought
don't want,
them
but I don't
for
want to.
him.
I don't want to use it to counter necessarily the blight on it and everything. All right, so you have so I'm sure your armor class is bigger than 8. So it misses you easily. You just hop out of the way as it like lumbers its massive morning star down. Okay. Next. Okay, the second one shambles a little bit closer to you, Dimitra. That was the one that you had hit, right?
Yes.
Okay, and he's going to take a swing at you. And I am betting. Oh, well, now you're also within 10 feet of Squeaks, so your armor class goes up by 1.
Oh, good. I'll need it, apparently.
Okay. A 10 is not going to hit you, though, I'm sure.
No.
So this
19.
ogre comes barreling over towards you, and he's got a good reach himself, and swings his morning star, and with your cat-like reflexes, just dance almost out of the way, and it strikes the floor. And we're going back to the top of the order with Danos.
Yeah, all right. I am going to move a bit closer, about 20 feet forward.
Okay.
And then I would like to cast Shield of Faith on, well, oh no, then I can't swing with my weapon.
No, you'll be able to use the spiritual weapon because the attacks now from the spiritual weapon are a bonus action.
Yeah, I believe they're both concentration, though.
Oh, yes, that's right.
Nope, spiritual weapon is not a concentration
Oh,
spell.
okay.
Oh, you're right. Yes, I would like to cast Shield of Faith on my Bunbarian friend.
Okay, Shield of Faith adds 2 to the armor class, I believe?
Yeah, I believe you are right. Yep.
Okay. All right, so, Squeaks, you have an extra +2 to your armor class at the moment. So you're currently at your normal armor class +3.
Heck yeah.
Nice.
Good for a barbarian to be hard to hit.
Yes.
Speaking of hitting, I would like to bop. Can
All
I
right,
bop?
so you're going to take another slash with the steel glowing feather.
Yes.
Okay, on the same one?
Yeah.
All right, so that's the one that is currently engaged with Dimitra then.
All right. Rolling to hit. That is a 19 on the die.
Oh, that hits.
Yeah. Here comes the damage.
They're ogre zombies. They only have an armor class of 8.
That's a good point.
They're big and extra lumbery. So,
Meat shieldy things.
yeah.
That is going to be 7 damage. To 7 force damage.
Okay. All right,
and
still up.
And let's see, I have like 10 feet of movement left. I'm not going to use it.
Okay, yeah, you're still about 20 feet away from them.
Yeah.
Okay. Squeaks, you're feeling charged, even more charged up.
You know what? I'm gonna go for a reckless attack.
Okay. That'll give you advantage on the attack, but it also gives you advantage on it gives them advantage on hitting you.
Yep.
All right.
Here we go. I got an 11 plus 7, 18.
That hits.
All right. And now I slash. Ooh, that wasn't as good. That's 9 points slashing damage. Same one.
Okay. All right. So you slice a little bit more off the leg, and it's like coming down a little bit on the one knee there.
I'll hamstring him.
That's about right. So what? All right. So is there anything else that you would like to do?
I don't think there's anything else I can do, so no.
Okay. All right. So that was 17, 15. Miss Rouge Tresses, what do you wish to do?
So at this point, are both of them engaged?
Yes, they are. The one is engaged with Dimitra, and the other is engaged with Squeaks.
And so at this point, Squeaks is the only one attacking A and everybody else has hit B?
Yes.
Okay. So I should be able to use my short bow to hit A and get my sneak attack because it's engaged with Squeaks, right?
Yes.
Okay. So let's see if I hit it first. Oh, I do. 23.
Oh, yeah. So let's get your basic...
So then my base damage is going to be 5.
Okay.
And then plus an extra 2d6, right?
Yes.
So 9 total damage.
Okay, 9 sneak attack?
So 5 for my regular attack.
Oh, okay, and
then
4 from the sneak.
4 for the sneak.
Okay. All right. Ogre A is starting to really more of his skin is shambling off. He's already got part of his face gone. Most of his face is gone now after being burned by Saltus, as well as Squeaks is chopping at his legs. And now this didn't do him no favor as you shoot the arrow and boom, it goes right in the eye. All right. Is there anything else that you would like to do?
No, I'm going to stay kind of back where I'm at.
Okay. So now we're on 14 with Strix.
I see an opportunity to engage in combat, so since I am 30 feet away, I would like to step forward and engage with Ogre A.
All right.
And stab him with my already decollapsed arm blade.
All righty.
That is a 16 to hit.
That hits.
All right. I would like to aim for the weak spot that I have previously analyzed and now is also reinforced by the onslaught of my allies. I rolled maximum damage. That is a 12. Magical slashing damage.
Okay. You notice as it strikes the ogre zombie, you notice that your rapier is actually glowing a little bit brighter as it strikes.
It surprises me that it would glow at all.
I know.
Interesting. That is my turn.
It also seemed to do just a little bit more damage than you estimated. Just a little bit more.
There are many parameters that could be conditional to. I will make a note of it in my running notes in my chest compartment.
It's always the chest compartment, isn't it? All
Yes.
right. Is that all that you're going to do for this round?
That is all. Thank you.
Okay. On 12, back to Dimitra.
Okay, so I am still engaging with zombie ogre B, and after they tried to swing at me and missed, got a little pumped up about it, and I want to swing with them or swing at them with my battle axe again, but I also want to use Divine Smite.
All right, so you can use the Divine Smite upon successful hit. That's how that will work.
What order I could do that in?
Yep.
Okay, so let me roll to hit. Will be no.
That'll hit.
Oh, okay.
Ogre
good.
zombies.
9.
Ogre zombies have an armor class of 8.
Oh,
You're also still inspired.
yes.
Oh, that's right. In this case, you can still hold on. You can still hold on
Yes.
to it for if you really need it, though.
Yeah.
But You definitely you hit that with no problem.
Cool. Okay, so in order to use Divine Smite, do I need to... I spend 1 spell slot to deal a 2d8 extra radiant damage.
Right. Now, first roll your regular base damage.
Okay. That's going to be... it's an 8, and I kind of want to use my Bardic Inspiration for that. Can I do that?
Bardic
Damage?
Inspiration does not only works on damage if the bard type is College of Swords, and I believe you are not College of Swords.
No, through magical inspiration, it only works for a spell that casts that does damage or heals.
Gotcha. But I do have advantage that I can use.
Advantage doesn't work like that, though.
Okay.
It doesn't do anything for damage. So no problem. That's part of the whole learning process.
Yes, I'm learning.
You are. You're doing great.
Yeah, I'm unsure whether Divine Smite counts as a spell in that thing with magical inspiration, but that's up to Dragon.
It does burn a spell slot.
It does take a spell slot. I would say that in this case, that Bardic Inspiration would work for dealing damage. So you can use it. You can use it as well. So go ahead and give me a D6 as well.
A D6. Okay.
Yeah, with your Divine Smite.
D6. Where are you? Here we go. 2.
Okay. And what was the damage from your axe? 8?
Yes.
All right. So that's 10 points so far. And now do your Divine Smite damage.
All right. And that is 2d8.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Better rolls this time. Come on. Total is 6.
Okay. So a total of 16 points.
Nice. Excellent hit, Dimitra.
Thank you.
Okay. This one's looking pretty hurt now too. Plus, you do notice as well that it seems to work a little bit better than you had expected. All right. Is there anything else that you wish to do?
I think that is it.
Okay. On 10, Salthus.
Salthus has now hopefully seen that Dimitra used a smite because there would have been a radiant burst, and hopefully saw the glow off of Strix's arm blade. But the moment what he's doing is he's muttering to himself, making gestures, putting his palm forward, and from it streak 3 ghostly looking darts. So he's casting magic missile. 2 missiles are going at zombie A. 1 missile goes at zombie B.
Okay.
And that is auto hit. So
Yes, it is. That's the wonderful thing about magic missiles. They hit.
each missile does 4 damage.
Okay, so that's 8 to A and 4 to B.
Mhm.
And A is barely holding it together right now. There, you see, like the skin and muscles are just sloughing off it now. In fact, one arm is almost completely skeletal and barely moving right now.
Nice.
Is there anything else that you want or are able to do, Salthus?
Salthus will stay where he is, but he's occasionally going to glance back to make sure nothing's coming from around somehow.
Okay.
Just in case.
All right. And now, Zombie A is going to try once more to hit that bunny.
Ah, damn. I was hoping it'd go for me.
Good luck, bugger.
And it rolled an unnatural 20. But let me see, because I have to take away.
What is your armor class, Squeaks?
Currently 18.
Let's go D4.
And with the Bane on it, you lucked out because it rolled a 16 total then.
Woo! Go
It
Squeaks.
technically has advantage.
Oh yeah.
Because I was
It does have
reckless.
advantage.
Oh, that's
reckless.
right, because you were reckless.
But I also have cutting words.
You
May
can.
not need it.
Well, let's just see.
So you could just robotically sass it.
Mm-hmm.
No.
And the other roll was a natural 1.
Oh.
No.
So it comes down and it's about to hit you, and all of a sudden it seems to like bounce off this like bluish, purplish kind of energy almost, and slides away from you, and it looks very confused as a zombie with half its face missing tan look.
Miss me, now you gotta kill me.
They're not very intelligent, are they?
No, they are not.
All right, so that was Ogre A. Ogre B. All right, so Ogre B is currently engaged with Dimitra, and it will take a swing at Dimitra. Let me roll for its. Will a 17 hit?
Nope. My armor class is 18.
Okay. Is that including the +1 from being next to Squeaks?
No, so 19 with the +1.
No problem then. It comes down and tries to hit you once more, and you just like step aside casually as this massive morning star swings down by you and smashes the ground at your feet. And we're back at the top again. Danos on 21.
Yeah, I think it's about time that I get in the fray. Is it any type of action for me to tell Agamemnon to bugger off? And get off my shoulder.
Talk is free.
Get
All right.
lost, bird.
Agamemnon, you may want to just wait back here. I'm gonna go up there.
Okay, don't mess it up.
Excuse me.
You will not, Agamemnon. You have
Wow.
to inspire trust.
Isn't Lariah supposed to be the one who has cutting words?
And
I'm trying to make it up to
Yeah. I will take out my mace. And I will run up to him and swing at him.
Which one? Ogre
Uh,
A?
Can I? So I'm 20 feet away from A, I think?
You're 20 feet away from both of them, basically, now.
Okay, can I flank A?
You would be able to get kind of between the two of them.
Okay.
So that would flank you between on A. That would flank you with Strix and to some extent Squeaks, because Squeaks is pretty much like dancing around between this thing's legs.
Fantastic. I would like to do that.
Okay.
And I would like to swing at which one looks more hurt?
A, the one that has been has had half of its face melted off by Salthus, has had slash with a mysteriously now glowing blade by Strix, also had 2 magic missiles shot into him, and of course all the whittling down that the bunny has been doing.
I would like
Right.
to take a swing at A.
Okay.
Do I have advantage because I'm flanking?
Yes, you do.
Yay!
Yes, I give advantage for flanking. I didn't flank.
Okay, so the higher one is going to be a 16 to hit.
That hits.
And then damage is going to be 5 plus 1. 6 damage. It is bludgeoning. It is also magical if that matters. Okay,
No, that's fine, and it's like down on its knees at the moment, still going. This thing just keeps going.
Oh, good. I would like to use my bonus action to hit the same one with my spiritual weapon.
All right.
All right. Oh, where's my D20? Okay. All right. Oh, that's going to be a 22 to hit.
That hits.
And
What?
damage. Ooh, I love this dice tower. That's going to be 11 force damage.
How do you want to do this?
Yes. I would like to hit it with my mace and, cut it down to one knee. And
Okay.
then I would like my barbed feather to just lob off its head.
All right. So you see that first you take one smash of it, and its jaw comes undone and flies across the room. And then it gets down on one knee. And as it looks up at you with unseeing eyes, you deliver the coup de grace with your glowing steely feather and slice the head off, which goes in the opposite direction that the jaw traveled in.
Ah.
And you hear a chuckle of approval somewhere off in the distance.
Hee. Does it
Okay.
wait? Does it sound like Agamemnon?
No.
Okay, cool.
I'm not gonna get approval from him. What are you talking about?
Male, female.
Nobody else can hear it.
Oh.
Only he can.
Oh, it's in my head. Oh, that's disconcerting. Oh, right.
Okay, so nobody else heard
you
the chuckle.
recognize the
Oh, I
troll.
reckon. Okay, that voice. Got it.
Oh.
Okay.
Oh, that voice.
That's funny.
Yeah, it's you speak of a disembodied voice in this dungeon we don't know the origin of, and everyone is directly like, what?
I'm definitely like that.
All right, so is there anything else you wish to do, Danos?
No, that is my turn.
All right. All right, so on 17, Squeaks.
I'm just gonna yell, "That was my kill, Spitshot!" And then I'm gonna run over and attack the other guy.
All right.
I'm still in rage. Ooh, 14.
That hits.
Cool. Yeah. Ooh, not bad. 17 damage.
Oof. Okay.
Slashing.
You leap up to attack this thing as opposed to just cutting it at the legs again, and you take off a good chunk of this thing's forearm. You basically disconnect the forearm from this monstrosity, and it just flops to the floor. Unfortunately, he's holding his club with the other hand.
I'm so mad Dano stole my kill that I just cut his arm off.
Just out of frustration.
Yes! Dude, you stole my kill!
Action economy wise, it will happen again, Squeaks.
Is there anything else you wish to do, Squeaks?
Nope.
Okay. Diazira.
Okay. So since B's the only one that's there, right?
Yep.
We're gonna shoot at B again with my short bow,
Okay.
using sneak attack because it can. Because why not? 12 to hit.
That hits.
Woo.
All right, so 6 damage of regular damage,
Okay.
and then another 8 sneak attack damage.
How do you want to do this?
Oh,
Rogue, man.
with a
The bunny
arrow.
is pissed.
The bunny is so pissed.
All right.
The bunny is still in rage.
I mean,
It'll be fine.
she's no nonsense, straightforward. She's just like, okay, I'll shoot it, and aims for, something that's looks like it's, I don't know. I'm not picky.
Okay. So
She's no nonsense. She's just like, whatever, I'm gonna shoot it, and then it dies. Like, I don't.
All right, so you shoot this arrow, and it hits. You almost see it's like Squeaks rushes forth and takes his slice, cutting the thing's arm off. And as it's reacting to it, your arrow just goes boom, right up into its skull and out, sticking out of the top. And it goes and collapses. And they are now both down.
Nice
Wait,
work,
both
team.
down.
Well,
Excellent job, everyone. I believe none of us took any damage. Is that correct?
That's correct, but Dano stole my kill.
I'm sorry, and I'll drop my feather. I mean, the spell, not the actual feather.
Salthus is just watching both of them make sure they're done.
Yeah, so D.E.L.V.E.R.S in the back, just she's staying back watching to make sure that nobody tries to get up.
Does my blade stop glowing?
Yes.
Interesting.
Whoa, what's interesting?
My blade, it glowed. It's never done that before.
Is it still glowing?
No. My best theory is that it has something to do with the undead nature of these creatures. I cannot say I have encountered any since I got this particular blade.
Do any of us have any idea what that might mean?
Don't look at the money.
It seemed like your blade did a little bit more damage, as did my divine smite.
Holy light.
You did radiant damage, which is particularly functional on undead creatures. I am unsure what happened with mine. However,
All right, this is a cool discussion and all, but I know from experience undead don't usually stay dead, so I vote we move forward and talk while we walk.
Yeah, all right.
we should remove the head from the second one's body and place it across the room so that if they reform, it takes a long time.
Yeah, sure.
Mm.
I'll chop
would-
the head off.
Be the
Di-
magic of the dungeon doing that more than anything of their own. If they have
Di-Zero
not
walks up.
stirred, they're not going to, but it's better safe than sorry.
D.E.L.V.E.R walks up as he's speaking. Sorry about that, Trav. And since we could just set them on fire.
That would contaminate the air.
We are in an enclosed space with little to no air movements.
Hmm.
The smoke might choke us. Well, might choke you. I do not need to breathe.
I think
Okay.
decapitating them is more than an adequate safety precaution.
As we look over and the head is now rolling away.
Yeah. Probably
Yeah,
in the
I've
second
already
one by
cut the
this
head
point.
off.
Yeah. All right.
Already
For the
chopped the head
future, I am somewhat
Okay.
proficient in some light healing. Should you be wounded, I may try to help.
Good to know.
Okay. All right. So, I just checked on something quick. No problems. So you've defeated these, and you have a door to. There's a door in back of you, into the back of the room. There is also Dimitra, give me a perception with advantage. Not Dimitra, I'm sorry, D.E.L.V.E.R. D.E.L.V.E.R, give me a...
Just perception?
Yes. With advantage. No problem. After you get that kill, you kind of lean back against the wall, and you realize there's a little bit of a false door there.
Okay. So that's next to the door we came in?
It's off onto the side of the wall. So it's like about 20 feet into the room and about 30 feet over to your right, where you said you had gotten out of the way. You said you went up
Yep.
against the wall, and that's where you were shooting
Yeah.
from. So that's basically what you discover there. And it's at that point that I'm going to ask to take our break,
All right.
because it's about 8:15, but We'll take it right now because this is as good a place as any to break for the moment. So we'll be back in 15. Is 15 good enough for everybody?
Sounds
Works
good.
for me.
All right. So then we will be back, friends and fiends, in about 15 minutes. So don't go nowhere.
Drink some water.
And welcome back, friends and fiends, to D&D Surprise Party, our second wonderful episode tonight. Well, that went rather nicely in the player's favor, didn't it? You have dispatched these 2 ogre zombies. But of course, killing them doesn't make the room smell any better.
I don't need to
So,
it's fine for me. I'll prestidigitation a nicer smell, actually.
okay,
So
you
that-
have this room. And just before we went to break, Dizera found a door that opened when she brushed against it.
So, can you tell me a little bit more about the door? Like, is it just I hit a button and like something slid open, or like did I like tell me about the secret door?
You, at one point, you backed up into it, and it was as you were starting to take aim, your elbow struck what sounded like a hollow spot. And after you took your shot and got the killing shot at that ogre, you leaned back almost in relief, and you realized that there wasn't that much to lean against anymore.
It was
And
just gone.
And you turn around and you see that it like kind of receded and swung away.
Okay. Is it dark in there? Like,
It's got the same kind of mystical lighting that is permeating this place. It's not dark, but it's not exactly a bright light either. It's almost like an experience that you've had in other dungeons. This would be like say a dancing light kind of brightness.
I also have the drift globe up in where we are.
That's helping a bit as well. That's definitely making it a bit brighter. The drift globe at its current setting is a bit brighter than the
It's just a light spell.
light emanating from within.
okay. So, did it, and I'm assuming it didn't make a sound when it opened? Or not one that I would have noticed?
Not
I'm guessing.
not really. You felt the little click and like the spot give way on the when you were when your elbow struck it. But you were more wrapped up in taking your shot and everything to really notice.
Okay.
It opened. It opened in a way that you really didn't notice it. So it more than likely didn't make that much of a sound.
Okay. So she had walked up to the group. They decapitated the one remaining zombie, and she goes, "So I found a secret door back over here."
Interesting.
Ooh, I like secret doors.
Could you see inside?
Yeah, looks a lot like this room. Dimly lit, mood lighting, just like every other room we've been in.
Dimitra walks over to the door. Does she taste anything?
No, you don't.
I tell the group. It doesn't taste dangerous.
It doesn't taste. You know what?
What exactly does taste dangerous to you?
What she said.
Could you explain?
This room. When we walked in this room, I could taste this ashy, awful taste. And then
That happened
we saw.
before.
Actually, it has happened to you before.
Okay. It has.
On Harkoon, the paladins have a little bit different reaction to the undead.
Interesting.
So I like leaving little surprises in for everybody to find.
Well, that might help going forward. So you don't taste anything in that room?
No, this room doesn't taste bad.
Could I send my drift globe up ahead to see if it triggers any immediate responses from within the room?
Yes. Well, it's not so much a room as it is a corridor. It almost immediately curves. It almost immediately turns to the right, and it goes down for about 30 feet, and then there's a turn to the left. It's a little bit zigzaggy.
Oh, right. So this is like a commitment then. It's not just another chamber.
Salvus continues his adventurer's marks by marking a barred S to one side of the door and a mark showing which way they went. Again, orange ink, thanks to the iridescent quill.
Yeah, so before anybody goes in, Diazira would be like, okay, so I'm going to go first.
Mm-hmm.
You're right.
Just, reasons.
We'll get
And
back
just to
into
recap
marching order.
too, you said there was another door on the other side of the room, like a one that we can see. That wasn't.
Yes, one that you can see down in the southern right corner.
Do we wish to attempt opening the other door to see what lies beyond first before we decide on a direction?
I walk over to the other door. Do I taste anything?
Taste the air.
I lick the door.
That's a good nod.
Door licks back.
This is just I like this.
I am very concerned about doors that lick. That's not a sentence I thought I'd say today.
I specifically avoid those types of doors.
Those
Can
are
I
the mimic
investigate
doors.
whether the door is trapped?
Okay, let me see here.
Boop the door.
Oh, it's chaos.
All right. You're not sensing anything, really.
Okay. I tell the group that.
Keep in mind, you generally only really get that strange taste in your mouth. There are several different types based on like something that you might encounter. Generally, like with zombies or skeletons, you get that like ashy taste in your mouth. With depending on what they are, it's a little bit lesser, a little bit more, but generally you have to be like within like roughly 40 to 50 feet.
Does
Yeah, all
anyone
right.
And it
want to
doesn't,
help
and
me?
obviously it doesn't work behind like barriers, like doors or walls or anything like that. You don't get that taste
that's
like
true.
through a wall.
Well, the first one was the door was open, right?
Right.
Yep.
Okay.
Right. You had just started entering the room and you got that.
And then I tasted.
And then you
Okay.
tasted it.
Gotcha.
Anyone want to help me look at this door to see whether it's trapped or locked?
I will.
Diazira would come over. I mean,
I'll
if everybody went to go check the other door, she'd go check the
I'm
door.
already by this door, so I can help you.
And I'll
Okay.
tap Strix on the shoulder and say, check that corner right there, and I'll give you guidance.
Thank you.
So that is, I believe, a D4 to your check.
All right.
Double check. Yeah.
Can I roll investigation, or is it perception?
In this case, it would be. Now you're checking to see what if it's trapped.
Mm-hmm.
That would be an investigation.
Nice. And what are your modifiers that I add? Are you those that are helping?
I
I
just
guess
cast
I'm not helping too much because I have a +0.
Yeah,
for
no.
investigation.
With as far as checking for traps and everything, that's a little bit more
All right.
personal. So that's really not. There's not really that much room for helping.
Mhm.
Checking for traps.
But
And I don't get advantage from Dungeon Delver, or do I? I rolled
Yes,
pretty
you
well.
do get an
Yeah,
advantage from
traps.
Dungeon Delving.
You also add a D4 to your check.
Yes. Okay. 23.
Okay. The
18 plus 5. Well, 16 plus 2 plus 5.
All right. As you get closer to the door, you notice that in this room, there's a tile mosaic on the floor. I'm describing this now that you walked over towards the door to do that. So let me just give you this. It covers the floor. It just seems to depict vile acts like beheadings and putting the heads on pikes. You know, your typical medieval warning type imagery. And you notice that there's down close to the door that you're now at is what looks to be a ruined armored gauntlet.
Ruined in the sense that it's crushed or burned, or
just old,
or runes, as
Or
in it
ruined,
has
as in-
runes carved into
yeah.
it,
Ruined.
destroyed.
It's like, yeah, this thing has been like rusted and like eaten away.
Mm-hmm.
Do you from your cursory examination, are you doing anything with it?
I was trying to see if the door itself was trapped.
Mm-hmm.
So is my assumption yes or no?
It is not trapped. However, it is, as you get over closer to it, you discover that it's closer to a portcullis. So it's not like one that you can like see through necessarily, but it's like has like handles on the bottom to pull up.
Okay, and this
And
gauntlet,
while it's not trapped, it seems to be a little bit tougher to pick up, though.
and this gauntlet is lying in such a position that it's from someone who tried previously.
No,
Because that
not
would be
necessarily. It's just it just seems to be lying there. It wasn't like it's not like in a clenched position or anything like that.
I'm gonna use my arm blade to boop it.
The glove?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. You tap it and it moves, and you do notice what looks to be a little bit of bone sticking out from it.
Interesting.
I am so tempted to put it on.
Well,
I don't think it would fit.
I believe it's already occupied. All right, I'll wave over our wizard. There's what I believe to be a severed hand inside a gauntlet. Are you able to inspect whether or not it is anything worth taking with us?
Take me several minutes to determine if they are asking if it is enchanted. However, Salthus will look very closely. He'll mage hand it up so he doesn't have to touch it at the moment, just in case.
Okay.
But he's looking closely at where the bone ends. Broken off, severed off. Whoa, here, what?
Well, as you lift it up with the mage hand, you see that a skeletal hand just slides right out of it. And you see that it looks to be a pretty clean cut at the wrist.
Interesting.
That was sliced off cleanly.
Given the fact that no one that we know of has ever explored this dungeon, that is strange.
Well, where did the zombies come from? Where do any of the things in the dungeons come from? That is one of the reasons we are here.
That is the question. Do we want to try to lift the portcullis? It is marked with an omen, and the secret door is not. But if we want to look inside, we should try and lift it.
Yes, that omen. Salthus is going to look at the mosaic.
Okay.
Does it look like anything he's seen before, and can he tell what culture it seems to come from?
Give me a history check.
Can I assist as I see him looking over?
Yes, but you really don't need to. With an 18, you're pretty much able to figure out that it's depicting you notice right off the bat that the figures that are being slain are Goliaths.
This is becoming a motif. the statues outside were of Goliaths were crushed, and they were of Goliaths. This mosaic depicts Goliaths being
Yes.
slaughtered. It's tormented.
That helps us age. I
They are,
believe.
and you see that they are being slain by orcs.
History lesson.
Orcs slaying Goliaths.
And the taskmaster was somewhat repelled from the building.
True. A Goliath taskmaster was unable to approach.
Yeah, Dragon, I remember you telling me about this. How long ago would this have been?
This is
Historically.
this you actually don't know of any sort of mass slaying of Goliaths.
Mhm.
You do know that there was that the Goliaths are actually more ancient than they are in other worlds. That's basically what I was telling you during your session 0.
Yeah.
So they do have a very rich history. And legend says that they were created around the same time as the elves and the dwarves by the dragons.
Did they ever have supremacy in an area or as a kingdom or something like that?
You do know that there were actual Goliath civilizations.
Mhm.
Several Goliath cities did disappear thousands of years ago.
So thousands of years ago.
Yes.
Okay.
Hey, Dragon.
Yes.
While all of this is happening, everybody is investigating things. Might I peruse the rest of this chamber, see if there's anything loot-worthy, shiny? Anything that tickles my fancy?
Let me see here.
I'm so tempted to put on the glove, but I don't think it would fit on a rabbit paw.
If it is magical, it will fit automatically.
This cursed, it will do the same.
Yes, if someone perhaps wanted the gauntlet gone, they may have cut off their own hand to do so, if it is cursed.
Wouldn't be very clean though, would it? If you're
Might be.
desperately hacking off your own hand?
Depends on what they hacked with.
They might have had a friend help them.
Also true.
I would cut off your hand if it was necessary to save your
All
life.
right, Danos, give me roll a D100 for me, please.
Oh, lovely. I love that. That is going to be a 30.
Okay.
Rocks fall, everyone dies.
New campaign!
You rolled a
Made it
30.
to
Those
episode
rocks
2.
are
It's a
diamonds.
good run, guys.
Okay.
Yeah. We made it to session 2.
You find a small dingy bag.
Can I...
It's over in one of the other corners in the room.
Oh, I'm going to just saunter over there, trying not to draw attention to myself, and...
Saunter.
Apparently we're too busy debating whether or not I
Yes.
should put on a glove.
This is a sauntering furbolg.
Exactly.
Robo, can we get a sauntering gif? I'm just saying about this.
Oh, he's made so many embarrassing gifts of me. Why not another one?
Got one more.
I mean, if you didn't create the good content, he wouldn't
Yeah.
We've
make
actually-
the good content.
Nothing personal, but we've actually never had a gift made by Robo at surprise party.
It's the first time for everything.
So
Thought the
I'm just
magic
saying.
mouth would have done it.
You'd think, right? All right, so you find this dirty little bag.
Yeah, I'm just gonna
It jingles slightly.
I'm gonna.
And
Ooh, should I put my hand inside it?
you find 7 coppers.
You ask for shiny.
I'll take them. And I'll put them in
It
my.
can still be
in my
interesting if we can identify the coinage.
I will slip them into my own coin purse, or my bag, or whatever I've got. I assume I have a bag. Yeah.
Yeah, you have pouches and stuff.
Yeah. I'll put them in a bag.
I would
Alright.
still like to share that several thousands of years ago, Goliath cities, by legend, did go missing. It might be an interesting fact combined with the imagery we've seen so far connected to Goliaths. In dating, in some ways, when these dungeons might have started.
Quick out of character question. Bob, did you tell us that you found platinum bars?
Oh, I don't think I brought it up.
Okay.
They're just sitting in my pocket. Y'all were too cowardly to go into the room. The bars are mine.
We really weren't. He just had a surprise die reveal and we were all like, yeah, that's yours. We're not gonna...
Question, he's a tiny bunny, and those are large bars. Are they, like, sticking out of his bag?
I also have a bass drum on my back.
Oh
and
my
an
god.
axe.
And he has a wee little jug.
Oh yeah, I have my jug.
Tiny
I have
little
a little
pack
jug.
mule.
It's fine. I'm a strong buddy. I carry my own stuff.
That is all that you find in the room, Danos.
I'll take it.
All right.
All right, so you have this portcullis and you have the secret door that goes down into a little bit of a hallway.
So D.E.L.V.E.R.S is like watching them all have conversations about the gauntlet and the door, and she's just like, eh. So she goes back to the secret passage and is like looking around and like trying to figure out whether she wants to go through it or not.
I will walk over to her, and just lean over and just be like, you want to go see what's inside? I want to go see what's inside. I think we should go see what's inside.
Yeah, we should. We should.
Dimitra overhears their conversation and she walks over and
So I
has
mean,
her hand on her axe.
I was
and
going to
is like,
say,
"Let's
how
go."
big is the room? Because we're not exactly talking loud.
This room is 90 feet wide, and it's about 150 feet long. So it's a little bit longer than the previous room that you were in.
I mean, she's not sneaking, but she's not being obvious either. So
Right.
Major
Now they're
Rats,
along
wait,
the same
could
wall.
you-
The door that they're at, the portcullis like door, is along the same wall as the secret doorway.
Is Agamemnon
Okay.
back on my shoulder, or is he still hanging out in the room somewhere?
No, he's back. He's back on your shoulder as soon as the combat ended.
Oh, great.
Dimitra and Squeaks, could you perhaps try to open the portcullis? You are the strongest, I believe, among us.
Probably. And then Squeaks like pops up. He's darn proud. He's
Well,
gonna go.
Unless-
what are you going to do? Are 2 of you going to try to? Are 3 of you working on the portcullis and the rest checking out the secret doorway, or what?
Unless
Okay,
you
I'm getting
disagree.
different things from different
yeah,
people.
I was getting there. I'll look over to the other group and say, unless you disagree, whatever we do, we should definitely stick together and not just go off in 2 different directions.
Yeah, we weren't going to do that at all. I like the idea of a secret door. That's my vote.
Well, we were opening the portcullis for due diligence. I was assuming we were going to go into the secret tunnel anyway.
Yeah, all right. And I'll walk over to our bunny friend and be like, lift with your legs, not with your back, and I'll give you guidance. You can add a D4 to your...
Clench those booty muscles.
Yep.
Bunny butt.
D.E.L.V.E.R is just kind of leaning against the secret door, like just kind of like this.
Careful, he might pull a Daphne.
Oh, yeah, just fall back into it.
Well, that's pretty much what happened to me anyway. So she's like leaning against the
found it
edge of the
already.
door frame.
Yeah.
Losing my D4s. Hang on. Losing my marbles.
Technically, that's Fred that disappeared into the secret door.
Oh,
The
is it really?
hand came out and missed grabbing Daphne, and I'm too much of a nerd to know that. I know.
I
You do
know.
not
I am
understand
just
the
having
You're
reference.
exactly enough of a nerd
all
to know
these
that.
scenes of Daphne just like falling into things and ending up separated from the group.
Yeah, I'm not going to discuss my theories on Daphne right
Who is
now.
Daphne?
Scooby Doo.
Out of character.
Ah, I have never seen this Scooby-Doo.
Silliness. Okay, I'm gonna open the portcullis.
All right, so Dimitra, are you going to open the portcullis too?
Yes, I'll help him.
Okay.
I don't need your help.
You might.
Hey. Ooh, I probably don't need your help actually. I rolled a 19. I got a 4 on the D4, and I have a +4 to strength.
Okay. So you
So-
actually are able. You come over to try to see if you can help him, and you see all of a sudden he just gears up, and those cute little pink eyes just glow bright red again as he lifts up this mighty portcullis up to here, 2 feet off the ground, because that's as high as he can lift it up. So you're there holding this massive door.
I will look under it and see what I can see. Even though I'm terrible at perceiving things.
Well, what do I see?
The bottom of the door you're lifting.
Amazed you didn't just like loft that thing like a sliding garage door.
What?
Now that the door is lifted, do I taste anything differently?
No, not yet. You don't taste anything yet. You're looking in the
Yet.
room. You can see in that it looks very musty in here. You can actually like see like dust floating in the dim magical light that's shining down. You can see like the dust. Basically, like when you go into a room and you turn a light on and it's an old room and the dust just appears like in the beams from the light bulb. You do notice there seems to be a bunch of like leather rags in places. Squeaks, give me a perception check.
Not me?
You can make a perception check as well.
No, I'll let him do it.
I didn't do that. I got a 6.
We got rerolls.
How many rerolls do we have left?
We have 4
4.
left in the pool.
Do y'all
And then I
mind if I
have
use
a
one?
reroll and an advantage left, I think.
Let me see. Squeaks has an advantage left.
I'm gonna go ahead and use that.
All right, so roll another d20 then. And
Worse.
Better by 1.
Nice.
So
Right.
it's 7 now. I
Wonderful.
rolled a 2 before, and this time I rolled a 3.
so you're more focused on trying to hold this thing up. So you really can't get a good enough angle to really look under it. So Strix, you're looking under the door past him?
Yeah.
What? And go ahead, roll perception.
Okay. 15.
Okay, you do notice that there seem to be like 3 piles of bones in the far corner of this room. They're kind of spread out. The room goes down. You can see a wall about 100 feet to the south. You can see that the wall goes down.
Like,
And you see that
down?
in the opposite. Yes, the wall is like 100 feet away from you, the bottom wall of this room. And in the lower left-hand corner, so off to your left in the lower corner of this room, that's where you see spread out these 3 piles of bones and leathers.
how far away are those?
They're about 120 feet away.
Okay.
They're on the other side. They're on the other side of this room, basically,
Mhm.
but at an angle, so they're a bit farther away than that from you.
There are 3 piles of bones about 120 feet away. The room seems to be about 100 feet long. That is all that I can see.
Dimitra's standing behind them. Since I'm over near that door, can I just slide underneath the door and go into that room?
Yeah, it's really kind of small. It's small because again, this is a 2-foot tall bunny holding up the door, maybe another foot at most.
So 3 feet. That's like crouching height.
Well, yes, but she's also 7. She's also
I'm pretty big.
yeah.
Belly slide height.
And he's like in the doorway. So like
Yeah. I'm like cutting
how
the
wide is the
space in half.
door? I'd probably like have to like squeeze by him. Okay.
Honestly, if we're
Azira,
gonna start going
meanwhile,
into the
could
room, I might as well
slip
just like
under.
walk through the door and release it.
But then the door closes behind you.
Yeah, then you're alone in the room.
I'll try and
then I
take
get
the
the
door.
kill.
I'll come over and I'll help lift the door.
I can do too. I just have a +0 to strength.
I'm like,
I'll help lift the door. Then I was going to try to be on the other side of it while doing it, but I will help lift the door.
Okay, so all right. So what's your plus on strength?
me?
Both of you.
Me? Oh, +4.
+1.
All right. I will say that with that extra bit of muscle, and the height, you can get the door up the rest of the way.
We're both, I think,
Beginning
like
to see the
7+ feet
disadvantages.
tall. I think.
Will it fall again if you let it go?
Look for a locking mechanism on the other side.
I will look for a locking mechanism on the other side.
As it's slid up, you feel like it's a little locked in there now.
Okay, I will slowly let go of it.
It stays up.
I'll put the gauntlet in my bag for now to explore later, or to possibly identify later.
Okay.
All right, so are we going in here with the scary skeletons, or are we exploring the very attractive-looking secret door?
Are there any other doors in this room?
Yes. If you come into the room about like 10 or 20 feet, you can see that on the wall to the left, you can see 3 doors.
is this the room we just opened, or is this the room we were in?
This is the room that you just opened that Squeaks held the portcullis, that lifted the portcullis up for, and that the others came over and helped lift it up.
Oh,
all
okay.
the way.
This is skeleton
Okay,
room.
so what doors are in the room we were just in?
This one
it
room,
just those
this one
two?
door, and
Yeah.
that secret door. That was it.
Okay.
And
the
the
door we
door
came
into
from.
that room.
I would very much like to explore the secret door. Just gonna make that known.
Yeah, I like secrets. Let's go to the secret door.
If we decide we don't like the secret door, we can always come back.
We can always come back to the secret door.
Yeah.
Well, in that case, it doesn't matter. So,
Exactly. I believe the secret door is more to the right than this door. From where we were coming from.
The secret door is basically on the same wall going down.
But is it more to the right?
It should have been, if I'm understanding correctly, it is closer to the door we came in, but to the right of the door we came in.
Yes.
Well then, by D.E.L.V.E.R.S logic, we should go there first, because we've been going to the right side every time so far.
You all right?
cool.
All right. Can I get a marching
Trying to
order
make
into
peace
this?
here. Trying to make compromises.
Okay, so this doorway, this corridor past the secret door, it's pretty much just about like 5 foot wide or so.
Okay, so single file.
It is. It would definitely be a single file job.
Okay, that would be
I'll go first.
Yeah, after
D.E.L.V.E.R.S,
you.
Squeaks, Strix, Dimitra, Salthus, Danos. Then.
If
All right,
we
so-
are we keeping the same order? Yeah.
I'm
So
done
as
with
I had
that,
already
yeah.
described to you, it goes down about 10 feet and then turns to the right, and then goes down about 20 more feet, and then it opens up into the left.
Okay.
And you can see down about 50 feet another turn down the corridor into another corridor to the right once again.
Okay.
So
it's,
you see the corner at like I said about 50 feet away.
so it is just a long hallway.
Yeah, the hallway is about 50 foot, and then it turns to the right.
Can we see what's at the end of the hallway yet?
I
You
mean,
can-
I'm gonna as long as the hallway is there and I don't run into something that is going to stop me, I will keep following the hallway unless I find a trap or something that I need to investigate. I'm going to, or we hit a room. I'm going to continue walking.
Yeah.
Okay.
Let's do that.
I'll keep the Drift Globe ahead of D.E.L.V.E.R so that she has the best chance of spotting traps and stuff. Squeaks is just doing the
I
walking
can't
animation.
I can't see, so I'm just going.
Until you
Okay.
run into
Their
someone's
ears
leg.
taller than me, so I'm just going.
All right. Are you doing as you were doing before with checking the traps in front of you?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, give me an investigation with advantage.
Guidance. Oh, I have to be close enough to touch.
Yeah.
Never mind.
Well, so I mean, the 13 is better than the 1 that I rolled. So
We also still have rerolls
yeah,
that we need to use today, otherwise they go away.
and then I have. If I re-roll it, do I re-roll it with advantage or no?
Let me see here first. Let me just check on something. What did you roll?
13.
Okay. As you're walking a little bit forward, you notice that something is not quite right in this corner. There's something with the floor.
In which corner?
At the very corner that turns down
Ah.
into the next way. So at
The
the end of
first corner.
at the end of this corridor, at the end of that 50-foot turn,
So the first turn or the very last turn?
the
Last one.
the last turn, the one that's 50 feet away, and
Okay.
that turns over to the right. In that, just as you're getting to that space to turn the corner, that's
Mhm.
where you see something is not quite right with the floor.
All right. So
If you had rolled a little bit higher, you could have seen exactly what the
Oh
problem
yeah,
was.
that's why we were debating rerolls, because she asked if she used a reroll now, if she could reroll
If
the
you use a
advantage as
reroll
well.
now, you can. I would let you reroll for it.
okay, but is it a single reroll or a reroll with advantage?
That
That's
would
what
be
I
a
wanted.
single. That would be a
Okay.
single reroll.
That's what I wanted to make sure. Oh my gosh, that was worse. Oh.
Bad.
Okay. And that was my personal reroll, by the way, not from the pool.
Okay.
So we know something's weird with the turn.
Yeah.
Are we at?
So
Are we at
she,
the turn?
you see her stop and kind of like kneel down and start looking at it. So the first check was that like me just noticing it. Can I get
Yes.
another check where I'm actually like looking at it?
Yes, you can. You can use an investigation again at advantage.
Do you
Okay.
need assistance?
Well, let me just take a look first. There's a nat 20, so 23.
Yeah, there it
Nat
is.
20. All right. Are you using your nat 20?
No, I used my nat 20 in the last game. I rolled a nat 20 that time.
Oh, okay, great.
Heyo.
All righty.
Woo.
Huzzah for the nat 20. You take out one of your ball bearings and you place it at the edge of the floor tile. And you see it slides right down. It's definitely off kilter. It's off an angle. And you make out that there's like a little tiny meeting point in the center where the ball seems to settle in. And and that's when you notice that there's little lines coming in from the corners of this.
So it's a pit trap?
It's definitely looks to be some form of pit trap.
So, all right. So she turns to the group and she goes, well, looks like a pit trap. Can I try to disarm it?
Yes, you can.
So that would be what?
That would be your dexterity plus advantage for using your thief tools.
Okay.
Are you proficient in thieves' tools?
Yes.
You'd get your proficiency bonus as well.
Your
right?
proficiency bonus as well, yes.
I forgot how to roll that.
It's with your thieves. It's with tools or equipment, and then thieves' tools. Or at least that's how it.
Sorry. There's no
button for.
There's no button to roll for thieves' tools. That's what I'm saying.
Disarming,
So
yeah.
I think if you just roll your dexterity, like just a dexterity check, and then add your proficiency bonus, I think that's still the same thing.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
It is.
So and not with advantage, right?
Yes, advantage because of I'm giving advantage for the dungeon delving.
Okay, so that's
and that you have the thieves' tools.
Yeah, so that's
You rolled a save.
Yeah, I rolled the wrong thing. Oh my gosh, why
it's an
can't
18?
Yeah.
It's an 18 plus 2 because that's our proficiency bonus.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so that would still be a dirty 20.
Okay. You are able to, as you're trying to see just where these little lines go, you find what looks like a tiny hole in the wall. And you put one of your picks in it, and you hear click.
Would you like me to try? I am by far the heaviest, and also can take a fall.
Keep in mind too, you also have advantage on dodging the effects of traps.
Yeah.
As part of dungeon delving.
Yeah. So
all we heard was a click.
Well, yeah, but
or should we all perhaps try to jump over anyway?
You do notice that the ball bearing starts rolling again a little bit.
Yeah, so Diazira would test it. She wouldn't have anybody else test it.
Okay. How do you do it?
So she would literally just start slowly putting weight onto the trap until at least her full weight was on the trap.
And you're able to walk across it with no problem.
Okay.
Right.
The halfling walks over and the furbog is like, that tracks.
I'm gonna follow over.
Oh yeah, it's like all of the small members of the party.
I weigh 40 pounds, mate. I don't care.
Love
All
it.
us tall people
well.
are just back here kind of watching them.
I weigh 300 pounds. I will follow.
I mean, she's gonna like hang out. Obviously, she's not gonna keep walking until everybody she's gonna hang out as nearby as she can until everybody gets across. But
Make sure nobody falls, yeah.
yeah,
Okay, you can see down that there's another turn to the right again, down about 80 feet down this corridor.
I think we're all fine then, right?
Yeah, it holds for all of you.
So another turn to the right, 80 feet down.
Yeah.
still the same. Sweeping the walkway.
I will mark the trap on the map and mark it as successfully disarmed, but still mark it because it could like reset.
Yeah.
Okay.
Sophus did a quick mark of it with the iridescent quill.
We continue.
All right.
Still looking for traps.
All right. So this goes, like I said, this goes down about 80 or so feet, and it turns to the right again, and it goes down about another 50 feet down, where it turns to the left this time.
Still the same sort of like
Yeah.
5 foot wide hallway. We're just kind of winding around.
Yeah, we're
Yep.
we're just gonna keep walking until we reach something, Dragon, or it takes like very very long. I
Yeah,
think.
like I said, until I hit a room or a trap that I need to investigate.
Okay. So as you go down to that corner, give me a perception check with advantage.
Drum rolls.
That's what, 24?
Yep. As you get right up there, you hold up your hand and signaling everybody to stop. And you start looking. I'm going to give this one to you because it looks very much like the guillotine kind of setup before. You see another hole in one of the up in one of the ceilings up in the ceiling, and then you see that there's like this slot in the wall, and you figure that something is going to swing out.
All right. So we'll try to disarm it again
Okay.
and roll the correct thing this
So
time.
Dex with your proficiency modifier, no problem.
So 22 plus the thieves' tools would be 24.
You're able to. You find like what looks like a little switch, almost like a latch for like a deadbolt, and it slides across the slot. And
Okay.
you do see something shine off the light from the ceiling, and it looks like there is a scythe inside.
All
Well, that would have
kinds of
been
farmer
fun.
tools.
That would have been fun.
Work.
Squeak
Still
would have been
onward?
Fine.
Yeah.
It would have hit just about 3 foot high.
Hey.
Oh,
Would have kneecapped everybody.
Maybe taken a little bit off of one of Squeak's ears.
Oh no, my chest compartment.
not my chest compartment.
Sorry, I had to.
Buttons.
I had
Not
to.
the gumdrop buttons.
No, that's where I keep all my
Okay.
important tools in my chest
Okay.
compartment.
Who was the first one to say gumdrop buttons?
I believe that was Traveler. Or Southis, not really sure.
Might have just triggered the surprise dive. I don't care.
Yeah. No,
Uh-oh.
because I actually had to
You
put
spit
my
take.
drink back.
Ah,
I picked the wrong moment to take a drink. Thank you very much.
All right.
that you did.
No, you're not.
We're never sorry.
Ugh.
Never be sorry for anything.
Yes, hashtag sorry, not sorry. Right.
Precisely.
All right. All right, so you continue down. Now you notice that this is a very long corridor. It goes down about you can see down about 60 feet. There are two openings in the hallway that you can see. Both are on the left side of the wall. So,
does the hallway continue going straight and then there's doors on the
the
left?
hallway continues going straight, but these aren't doorways. These are like openings into other corridors.
Oh. And it does also continue forward.
Yes. You can only see down about like 80 or 90 so feet, and you don't see an opposite wall just yet as you make the turn through the scythe trap. You get down about 60 feet, and there's an opening into in the wall. That's another corridor that leads down about 50 feet, and it ends in a blank wall.
You said there was 2 openings on that
There's
wall?
an opening about another 10 feet down that wall on the same side.
And what does that show?
That goes down about 40 feet and then turns to the right.
Ooh, sorry.
Bless you.
Thank you.
So, based on where we're going, is anything like sloping up or sloping down? Like, do I feel like I'm still like in the same from where we started?
It seems to be pretty level.
Mm-hmm. Okay. And based on kind of where we've been, like, does it feel like do I feel like I should have run into some of the rooms we've already explored, or do I feel like I'm headed off in a different direction?
You get the feeling like you're running parallel to the rooms that you'd already been in.
Got that feeling.
Okay.
To be as completionist as possible, we should explore every corridor. We are here to catalog the dungeon and explore it fully.
As you
we
get
should
down
start
to
with the first, perhaps.
As you get down to the second opening, you do see that this corridor goes down, the corridor that you're in, that you've been traveling straight down. You now see the end of the wall on the opposite side, and that goes off to the left and ends in a door. It basically looks like the back of the secret door that you came through.
That first opening that ends, there seems to be no exits from it. I
Correct.
question that. I suspect there is a door there.
Exactly. We should check out both hallways either way.
Yeah,
we
all right.
have so out of character, I am having a hard time keeping track of where I am. Do we have a map or something that I can look at?
I've been keeping track of everything. Given what my character does, I can, before next session, kind of like draw out.
I
been.
do have a map that I made. The only problem is I don't have the means to do like the fog type thing. Plus, Zoom doesn't mesh terribly well with screen sharing it and everything.
Well, what you could do is you could, in any photo editing software, just like put black squares on where we haven't been yet.
I know that, but the problem is doing the screen share on Zoom.
Oh yeah.
For some reason, it plays havoc with doing the overlays and everything a little
No,
bit.
that's fine. I'm
where
just
we are
asking
right
if-
now, we're coming from a long corridor. We're going towards a long corridor.
All right.
That's our main one. Our main one is where we've been with all the traps and all the bends.
All right,
so
give me
far.
a second. Give me a second here,
Oh, okay.
and I'll see if I can just come up with something.
I'm sorry, we don't have to worry about it right now. I'm just saying, like, if we could, like,
I was just-
afterwards.
Yeah, trying to make clear what choices we have right now. So our main one branches off into that door that looks kind of like the door we entered this one through. We've kind of been on like an outskirt corridor so far. And there's also 2 corridors going to the left of ours right now. One of them ends in just a wall, and the other ends in another door, I think. So we have 3 choices to start with. Just like slate wall, door, door.
I think the first one we're coming up on is the one that ends in a wall, correct?
Yes.
I think we should look at that one first. I agree with Southis that seems a little unusual that it's just a wall.
It's never just a wall.
Mm.
Well, I mean, sometimes it can be just a wall. They don't always complete construction, and we still don't know how these are generated, so it really could just be an end. But sure.
This is true, but
I
we are
look over
here
at
to,
Agamemnon. You lied to me.
we are here
How
to
do you mean?
catalog as precisely as we can, so we should at least endeavor to try.
Yeah.
I do.
While Dragon's pulling that up, though.
I mean, if the consensus is we're going to go down the first hallway, Dizir would go down the hallway and start looking for traps.
I was just waiting for it because Dragon's trying to pull up a map, I think.
Yeah, I'm just trying to.
So, how did all of you get into it? No, just kidding.
I feel like Squeak's only gotten into dungeon delving on a bet and then just rolled with it.
Did you lose the bet or win it?
Yes.
Interesting.
I feel like it was a matter of someone found him pit fighting and was just like, you want a real fight? Go into a dungeon and fight one of the monsters. And Squeaks was like, okay. And
I'll just simulate while we're walking conversation, so not at this juncture, but while we're walking, I would have probably asked, like, how did you get enrolled into D.E.L.V.E.R.S? And then, the bet.
Dwarf dared me to enter a dungeon once, and I decided not to stop.
You took a liking to it?
Yeah. Much better. It's much more exciting than a pit fight. Bit more profitable,
True.
too.
I myself was found in a dungeon by D.E.L.V.E.R.S, and I've not really considered not doing this.
Which dungeon?
I don't know.
Working on that.
Yeah, we're working out of game. I don't know.
Okay.
All right. Oh, I have to start. Hold on
I
a
could
second.
probably
let me
give you an
start up,
answer in game, but
I have to start Discord back up. I usually take it off just so I don't get distracted. And I will enter it into the
all right.
D.E.L.V.E.R.S chat.
Okay, chat. Remember,
It's in the D.E.L.V.E.R.S chat on our Discord.
if you have connected your Twitch to Amazon Prime, you can use your Prime sub.
It says the name of the map is You Are Here, and there's an X, and that is where you are at the moment.
And we're heading south, or we're heading.
Yeah. So.
Okay, we're headed down. Got it.
By the way, for the record, Dragon has chosen to use the very old school blue and graph paper method. Looks very nice for those of us who remember that era.
All the nostalgia.
All of it.
I'll show you the picture that I made for the adventure title card. I've already shown Babs. I'll show you folks. I'll put that into the Discord after the stream. Cool. If you want to get a real nostalgia kick.
So what dungeon was I found in?
I'll have to get back to you on that later.
Okay.
So we head down.
If Strix wasn't awake, she doesn't know either. But
probably
would have told by now.
I do remember.
We head down the hole that ends in a dead end.
You were found more to the south in a 500-year dungeon.
Interesting.
Okay.
Fancy.
So, first we're going to go in that first one that's there on the left. Like I said, I'm walking down there looking for traps or doors or whatever, right?
Yes.
Okay, the first opening,
Mm-hmm.
the one that one that seemingly goes
The
nowhere.
dead end.
The one that seemingly goes nowhere.
Okay,
we
I'll
we
give
call
it to you without even needing to roll. It's a dead end.
Wow.
Well then.
Told you sometimes they were dead ends.
All right, back it up. Beep, beep, beep.
Worth noting all the
beep.
same.
Everybody, give me a perception check, please.
Uh-oh.
Oh.
No.
17.
Wow. 11.
Ken.
That is a
13.
23 for Danos.
Okay.
You are all the way in the
Okay.
back.
I'm very tall.
Danos, you're the first to notice, and you hear Agamemnon whirring a little bit, like, and you notice that there's seemed to have been a slight vibration, a little rumble
Like in the floor?
in the floor and the wall. Like if you're like leaning against the wall, you feel like a little vibration.
Does this indicate an oncoming collapse of the dungeon?
I'll give it to. Oh, let me see. Dimitra, you recognize this kind of rumble. You do. What did you roll? You're muted.
You're muted. Uh-oh.
Nope.
No.
Oh,
Uh-oh.
Your mic input is broken.
Oh no!
Show us with your fingers.
It's the Goblin Katie curse.
17. Yes.
Yeah, she
That
rolled a
is enough for you.
17.
Same as me.
Okay. The thing is, though, on Dimitra's most recent delve, where they got down into level 4, this is one of like the first signs. This seems to be one of the first signs that a dungeon might be getting ready to shift back.
Oh, like
Oh.
retreat.
Dear.
But
Mhm.
it's an early stage. Usually when it's like this, you usually have 3 or 4 before you really need to haul ass out of there.
Hours or days?
Yes.
Or rumbles.
Yes.
Yes. Oh,
Or
3 or 4
rumbles.
rumbles.
The rumbles, 3 or 4 rumbles.
Oh.
Okay,
Oh.
there's one.
Yeah, all right. Everybody know what that means?
Yes.
Maybe?
Should we...
It means we never sleep all at the same time if we do sleep in here.
Do that anyway.
we're staying in here.
As long as we can.
Oh, yeah, sure. Yeah, of course.
Preferably awake. But if we have to, we have to.
Yeah, all right. Well, let's not dawdle then.
So does everybody, out of character, does everybody actually know what that means?
I assume she shared it.
Yeah, Dimitra would have said that she recognized it right away, because she actually barely got out of her dungeon. Her team got out with barely an hour to spare.
Okay.
So we have 3 to 4 more rumbles, or was this one of 3 to 4?
This was the first of generally 3 or 4 rumbles that's common.
Well, nothing about this dungeon has been common,
Yeah.
but I'm still marking it. Oh.
Okay.
Yeah. That was weird.
I think that was Lydia trying to fix.
Nope. We
No,
still
but your
can't hear you.
mute, but your mute setting on Zoom is actually gone.
I've had this happen with Zoom, that my microphone just completely disconnected from my computer on all applications. I had to go to the control panel and deactivate and reactivate my actual microphone. Like all the way. I had to delve into my computer.
Okay, all of a sudden, her mute symbol came on again. Nate, you're hosting the Zoom at the moment. Is there anything you can maybe turn on or off for her?
Could you maybe leave the Zoom and re-enter the call?
Yeah. Can try that.
Yeah, the mute symbol is gone again, but you're just not coming.
Yeah, it's likely a problem with like.
Ah.
Oh. Connecting.
No.
Nope.
Could you leave the call and maybe come back?
Yeah, try that. So in
Our
the
over-
meantime,
Our overlay is
Be
going to get all
prepared
messed
to
up
have
for a
to
second.
shift everybody. Yeah.
And we're gonna go to the next corridor. For this, we should also probably consider who of us is the fastest. Our speeds.
I've also got hop. So it
But-
might end up being me.
In a prolonged journey when we have to run.
you do remember that you were told do not go beyond level 1
Yes.
for the simple fact that the time factor is so unknown.
Yeah, my goal with the question is writing down a new marching order that puts the fastest people in front so that if we have to run, we're not holding each other back and we can all go at our full speeds.
Okay, Lydia, try saying something.
Oh,
Oh wait,
Oh, heard you.
I heard you, but your volume is way down.
Yeah, I think it skipped to a different
can you hear me
microphone.
now?
It's hooked into a different mic.
Check which audio input you're on. But we can hear you.
Can you hear me?
Nope, now you're gone again.
A little better,
Now you're
yeah.
good.
No,
Now
I
you-
heard.
Can you hear me now?
Yes.
A little bit more, yeah.
What is going on?
Oh no.
No,
It's a
you're
little
fine
low,
though.
but you're there.
Let's just leave it
Okay.
For now.
All right.
for the next 30
So
minutes.
as I said,
think.
you know for a fact that that's like the earliest rumbling. That
Mhm.
is that's like a sign that the dungeon might be receding.
Yeah. So does anyone have a speed above 30? Just like generally? No? Anyone have one below 30?
We all have the same speed.
Mm-mm. We have
Also,
one
in this,
halfling.
Not
in
quite.
just a heads up to Danos, in this corridor, Agamemnon cannot fly in this corridor. His wings are too big for this corridor.
Oh, bugger.
Because remember, he is technically a giant clockwork elf.
Big boy.
All right.
We will move awkwardly back and then into the next corridor.
Beep, beep, beep.
All right, so you're
I
going into
assume
the
we'll
next. You're
turn
going
around
down
and
into the
walk.
next opening in the
Yep.
in the hallway.
Yes.
Okay, if you look down there, it goes down about 40 feet or so, and then it will veer off to the right.
So on this map,
will
it's
wait.
all the way down. We're going all the way to the edge of the map down.
Mm-hmm. Barring traps, as will we. Yeah, we're just following the entire hallway.
So, Diane Zero's going to get down. So, can she tell that there's a door with at the end of the hallway?
You can see the end of the hallway. It's about 90 feet down. You
My
don't
mistake.
See,
No,
I
no,
said
no.
door. I said door, but that's my mistake. I misremembered.
Okay, hold on a second. So, the hallway is to my left. If I look straight ahead, can I tell that there's a door at the end?
okay, straight ahead. No, it goes off. You look down, and there was like a slight turn into the corridor,
Okay. So,
and that's where you see what looked like the back of the secret door that you entered through.
okay. So if it looks like something that's the back of the secret door, before she goes down that hallway to the left, she's going to go check out the end first.
Okay, so you're going
Because
down
if she
to that.
thinks that there's a door there, she wants to establish that there's a
Okay.
door there.
All right, I believe that should be on the map that I
Mhm.
sent you. That you can actually
Right.
see the little door there.
It
Yeah.
is-
I'm just making sure that I actually discover that indeed there is a door there.
Yes, there is a door there, and it looks like the back of the other secret door that you came through.
Okay.
So Odds are that this is a secret door into the other room.
Okay, and can I find a way to open it?
There actually on this side there is actually like 2 finger holes.
Okay,
You do notice that there are bigger finger holes.
like Goliath size finger holes.
Maybe.
Hey, Fearbull, get up here.
Well,
if you
can
want
I
history stuff, I have expertise in history, so I can take a look.
can I try to open it?
Yeah, you can get a good grip on it. You just basically are putting like 2 fingers in each hole to pull.
Okay, I just want to get the door open and figure out what room it is.
It's the room that had you can now see across from this door, you see those 3 piles of bones and leather over in the corner.
Okay. She goes, oh, okay, it's the portcullis room. And then she comes back to everything else.
Are those within 60 feet of Dimitra, if she's behind me?
The corner of that room is about 90 feet away.
Okay. No glowing?
You still have the rapier out?
Yes, I have not put it back in.
You do notice it's starting to barely glow.
If my first theory is correct, which it might not be, those skeletons would be undead.
Golden, let's kill him.
Suspect so.
Well, should we explore this other corridor first and then maybe deal with the undead?
I would suggest we do that because this takes us to 3 more doors.
Oh boy. Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
We can smash skeletons right after.
So she, going back, she looks, does it look like the skeletons are moving at all?
Are you going into the room?
No, I'm staying in the hallway. The idea was she was going to go back and try to close the door, but she
Okay.
wanted to see if they were moving first.
You don't see any movement whatsoever.
Okay, so she's going to pull the door back closed.
They may not
And
have
then
perceived us yet.
there's still piles of bones,
All right.
They're
and then
still
head
there.
off towards the hallway.
We're going to do the awkward switching spaces in a small corridor thing and then turn back around.
I'll go between
We
people's
do
legs.
the hokey pokey and we turn ourselves around.
All right, so you're going back to that other corridor?
Yep.
Okay, so the corridor, as I said, you see that it goes down about 40 feet and turns to the right, and that leads down another very long corridor, heading south again.
And I'm gonna keep going until I hit traps or something
right,
I
well,
need to investigate.
This is like really this is a winding corridor, so it goes down about 70, roughly 70, 80 feet, and then turns to the right again. So you're now heading west, and this is another long corridor. It goes down about 110 feet, and it turns to the left. And at about 10 feet down, there's another opening. And then 10 feet down past that, there is a turn heading the same way.
Side of the wall is the opening.
It's the eastern side, so it's
so on the left again.
yeah.
So deeper in again.
So looking off to the left, what does it?
Let me see here. Wait a minute. I have I have a different map. I do have a player map for this, I'm pretty sure.
Ah, yes, dungeon delving, the most riveting content on twitch.tv. Do we go to left, to the right, to left, to right? We turn around, to the left, to the right.
Oh, I don't have the player's version of this. Okay.
Ah, look at Slady's rating.
Oh,
I don't have Twitch on, so I didn't see that. Thank you for pointing that out. Hello to our friends at Slady's. Thank you for rating. All right. Yeah. So basically, you have the tunnel, you have the hallway that you came down. It goes to your left. About 10 feet down, there's another opening. Another 10 feet down is the turn in this hallway that goes the same way. The corridor that goes down in the middle goes down just about as far back as the one you came down.
Mm.
And the one that's at the turn in the road goes a little bit, not as far down.
To dead ends or to further corridors?
The corridor in the bottom part of the bottom corridor seems to end in a dead end.
Okay, so another dead end branch off. And then
The middle
otherwise
one, it goes
further.
down and then it turns down south again. And that one goes about 40 feet down. And then it turns again to the right. So you'd be heading west again.
Okay.
So are you going to go check out the dead end, or are you going to continue down this corridor?
Check out the dead end real quick.
Yeah, due diligence.
All right, so
Not all of us have to go in there, though. I suggest that when we meet dead ends, we send D.E.L.V.E.R.S and Squeaks in, perhaps, because then we have both eyes and muscle in case anything happens.
Yeah.
Just in case we
I'll
have
watch
to-
your back.
It would be better for a quick in and out rather than having all of us clog up the hallway.
okay. As you come down towards this dead end, just about 30 feet before it, D.E.L.V.E.R, are you in the lead still?
Yep.
Okay, give me a perception check with advantage.
18.
Okay. You notice that there are several small square holes cut into the walls here.
Okay.
Those look like arrow holes.
So can I tell what kind of trap it might be?
Well, you don't seem to think that the holes are necessarily connected to the trap. They're just there. Squeaks, are you right up there next to her?
I'm pretty close, yeah.
Give me a perception check with advantage.
Yeah, where'd I put my D20? There you are.
I mean, do I even think it's a trap, or is it just something weird?
18.
It's something weird. Okay. Squeaks, you notice as you get a little bit closer to the end of the dead end, you start feeling your hair starting to stand up.
Did I fluff up again?
You're kind of feeling it. It's very similar to what you experienced on the cart.
There's a lot of electricity in this dead end.
Can I investigate to see if I can figure out what it is?
I'm so tempted to poke D.E.L.V.E.R and see if I shock her. I'm so tempted, but I won't.
Yeah.
I'm smarter than that. I may be an idiot, but I'm smarter than that.
You can give me an investigation check to see if you can figure out what it is.
Okay, and by my last check, I still have an advantage, so I'm going to go ahead and use my last roll, my last charity thing.
Okay. So your extra rolls are done, except
they're
for
all
the
done.
pool. So the donors have helped you.
Yep, so I'm at 19.
Okay. You find a small copper wire coming out of the wall, touching this. Now you can tell that it's there's a very thin metal mesh on this tile. It's made to kind of look like the pattern on the floor.
Interesting.
Upper top versus the Energizer here.
Can I
How far does it go?
That mesh kind of goes down the whole rest of this dead end.
And that is for us very new technology, correct?
No.
Well, so you guys aren't in the hallway. It's just me and the bunny, right?
Mm-hmm. You also know that electricity doesn't bother me all that much. It does hurt me as much as it does you, but like shock-wise, I wasn't that bothered on the cart if you want me to do it.
So, to me, it looks like a trap. I'm going to try to disarm it.
Okay. So, same as before, use your dex plus your proficiency modifier, and again, I'll give you advantage.
Oh, I roll like crap. So, 12.
You still have rerolls.
You do. You can use the pool rerolls. There are 4.
Yeah.
There are 4.
We're not going to
rerolls
use
up
them
in
all
pool.
4 in like 10 minutes. You can just use them on every roll you make,
All right.
to be honest.
So, 19.
Okay. That is exactly what you needed. You're able to cut the copper wire. And Squeaks, you notice that your hair is calming down a bit.
That's better. That's better.
That was interesting.
I'm less fluffy now.
Well, that's good. So, does it look like I can get down the rest of the hallway?
Yes.
All right. So, I get down the rest of the hallway. Is there anything down there of any sort of...
Nope.
Nope. They just kind of trapped an empty hallway for funsies? Okay.
Yep.
No secrets?
No secrets. I'll give that to you.
So, she gets
This
back
was
to
just, it was a trap.
She gets back to the group and she goes, well, that was an electricity trap?
It was a lightning.
A lightning trap?
Interesting.
Never seen one of those before. And then she describes it for Strix.
Is that strange or is that normal?
The thing is, it's seeming more commonplace now. It's like it's a conduit almost for like lightning magic. I mean, basically, you all know that metal will conduct electricity. That much is simple. Be it simple electricity, or from lightning magic. The thing is, with artificers becoming more and more prevalent and knowing a lot more how things operate, they're able to convert some magic into very common uses. But even still, it's quite different for this. But and just to give you a little bit of a heads up to let you know how good and important that was that you made that roll, you would have taken 1d10 plus 4 lightning damage if you had stepped on it.
Yeah.
So at this point, how long have we been adventuring like in this dungeon?
I've been kind of keeping track. My estimate is 1.5 hours.
Yeah. That's pretty much what I was going to say. Anywhere between an hour and a half to 2 hours you've been in here. The first rumble you heard probably close to the 1:45 mark.
1:45?
Mm-hmm.
Shall we continue down the hallway then?
I've been estimating plus minus 20 minutes. First walk, plus minus 30 minutes. 3 rooms. Yes.
Onwards.
Yep. Still the same.
Yes, continue.
Okay, so you go
forward.
back the way you came. All right. Are you going back the way you came into the secret door, or are you continuing around in this corridor?
Continuing this corridor, I believe.
Continuing this corridor.
I mean, as far as
As far as it takes us, yeah.
Okay,
I mean,
so
like I said, I'm having a hard time keeping track. So without a map, I don't know where I am. So
We're currently going deeper in, is all you need to know.
Yes.
We could go back to the 3 skeletons, or we can continue going deeper down this road.
Deeper.
okay. So you make the turn down that hallway, and it goes down again about 110 feet or so. So it kind of lines up with the other downward corridor where you came from. And it goes down about 40 feet. It turns to the right. It goes back down again about another 110 feet or so, and it continues a little bit further on, and there's a turn up about that goes up about another 90 to 100 feet.
up as in I'm climbing a ladder, or
No, up as in north. I'm sorry.
Okay. If I'm assuming this correctly, we've just we've walked down, we've curved around, and now we're moving back inwards.
I'll give this to you. This corridor that is going up will line up with that bottom door on the left side of the room with the skeletons in it.
Oh, so we just walked around.
In a big old
Well, that's
square.
good. That's good then.
Loop-de-loop.
so
If my calculations are correct, we should open this door and end right up with the skeletons.
Ah, cool.
It would be right where the skeletons are.
Oh,
They would be in our face.
okay. And so does that end the passage, or is there more that goes on around?
No, there was a little bit further down. It goes about 40 feet down more past the opening that leads up back to the skeleton room. It goes down about 40 feet and then turns north again so it makes another right-hand turn and goes down again a little bit more.
I say this is now the 3rd time we've run into these skeletons. I say we just go ahead and take care of them.
Yeah. Wait,
Yeah.
so another right-hand turn, by that you mean it also leads back into that room?
No, it's running parallel with that corridor that leads up to it.
All right. Yeah.
I'll give you an updated map after the stream.
Okay,
Mhm.
thanks. Sorry,
Yeah.
I'm just having a really hard time.
Yeah.
No problem. That's the one drawback with theater of the mind,
Yeah.
but
Yeah. I know
But
where we
it-
are on
also-
the map,
there's
but I
also-
can't project that to you.
there's also a lot less headaches by not using Roll20 or
Mm-hmm.
anything like that.
Um,
So it's because Roll20 I'll tell you, is a memory hog really. So it's like
Mhm.
it can play havoc with it with streaming a bit.
Dragon, if you want to give me a map of where we've been, I can mark it with my notes of where everything is, so you don't have to do that.
Okay, yeah, no, I'll send you a copy.
Mhm.
I'll do that after we finish for the night.
Yeah, so we should probably prepare for a combat if we walk through this door.
Now, are you going to go through that door, or are you going to go through the other door that you discovered
Maybe if this
to
one,
set you farther away from the skeletons?
yeah, if
I
this
think
one
we
just
should-
pops us out right on top of the skeletons, maybe just take the other door.
I mean, the other
Aw,
way.
no
How much
fun.
time would that cost us?
You know that there's no traps back the way that you came, so you could go at a fairly decent decent clip. It might take you about maybe like another 15, 20 minutes to get back that way.
I feel like we need to go through this room.
I would
We've come
rather
across this
just
room more
ready
than once.
attacks and shoot them right off than take
Agreed.
10 to 15 minutes.
I think it's worth the 10 to 15 minutes for time to prepare and everything else and across the room because they are undead.
You guys need to prepare?
And there's also the potential that as we go deeper down into the dungeon, that these skeletons might decide to follow us. They're not moving right now, but who's to say they're not going to start moving?
That's
All
why
right.
we ready attacks for when we open the door.
Are you currently...
So D.E.L.V.E.R.S is going to back off away from the door and like go,
All right, so you're...
you want to fight him? Go
You are
for
behind...
it.
All right, so you're on the other side of the door from the skeleton room, yes?
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Okay. And you notice, Strix,
Mm-hmm.
that your rapier is indeed glowing a bit brighter again now.
Yes.
Ah, okay.
All right. Once again, this is a theory. However, it does indicate close presence of undead, if I am not mistaken. I can open the door and immediately just take a stab, if we all make sure to ready our attacks.
Yeah, all right.
Or we could circumvent the combat completely. It is up to you and your resources.
Who circumvents combat in a dungeon?
Yeah, well, what
Can't
the
run
bunny
away
said.
for forever.
All right, then. I will give everyone time to ready an attack and then open the door.
Yeah, D.E.L.V.E.R just responds, well, me if I can avoid it.
I will say, if we
fair.
must leave because the dungeon rumbles again and begins to recede, we do not want to have to cross through them then. Or
That
go
is
all
true.
the way back around.
If I'm running for my life, I don't care if there's monsters in front of me. I'm running.
You are small enough to circumvent them. We are not.
I'm going to, if we're preparing stuff, I'm just going to cast guidance on our barbarian friend.
All right.
Okay,
Just
cool.
to make sure you take him out right at that vertebrae on the head, right there.
I
Yeah.
will use Bardic Inspiration on D.E.L.V.E.R and say, you will be fine. You were extremely competent in the previous bout while expending minor resources. You can do that again, I am sure. And you'll be inspired for the next 10 minutes.
Nice.
So you might want to write that down because I think we're going to end it at the start of combat again. So just note that down somewhere.
By the look on Dragon's face, I'd say you are right.
My DM senses are tingling. Yeah, I'm going to open the door and basically immediately just stab at the first thing that crosses my way. But
All right.
well,
So-
after checking whether the door is trapped.
The door, I'll give it to you. The door is not trapped.
That would be
You,
real sad.
You put as you put your hand on the handle to open this door, you feel another rumble.
Which would be at the about 2 hours and 10 minute mark.
2 hours and 15 minutes, yes.
So how
Hurrying.
long after the first rumble was the second rumble?
Half an hour.
Mm-hmm.
Because the first one I think was at 1:45. Second
Yes.
one was
Yeah.
at 2:15.
Dimitra, you realize that's a bit quicker than you experienced in the other dungeon at the 4th level.
I relay that information to the others. These rumbles are happening at a much quicker pace than what I'm used to. It's concerning.
So we
The
fight
third
and then we
rumble
head out?
occurs-
I believe the
Probably,
quickest
yeah.
way out is through the skeletons.
Yes.
Yep.
So
Combat
So
should
we
take
fight
us
'em,
longer
we
than
check
20
this-
seconds.
We fight him. We check this room. We get.
yeah, I'm down.
I agree.
I'm down with
I
the
think
bunny.
we need to be on the outside while we're trying to figure out our next move.
Agreed.
Okay. You open the door, and the 3 piles of bones are gone.
Mm-hmm.
Mmm.
Mm-hmm.
Mmm.
Completely gone. Or still in the room.
I wanted to smash a skeleton.
Well, you see standing now in the center of the room 2 skeletons. Each of them are standing at the side of a rather strange-looking apparition that is cloaked in black, and it unsheaths a huge sword. To put it cinematically, this looks a lot like a Nazgul. So you are looking at a Sword Wraith, and that's where we're ending for tonight.
All right. Yeah, that's fine. That's
Dope.
cool.
Dope.
We still all have our hit points. I'm not too worried at this exact moment in time, but that can very quickly shift.
Yeah.
We did
Especially
rock
if the
that
dungeon
first fight.
collapses on top of us.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. This is a fight against the clock at this point.
Mhm.
Here's me just expecting to spend like this entire campaign in this one dungeon. Now, like, maybe we will see the light of day again.
We might not see half of the first level of this one.
Yeah.
So,
What if it disappears and then reappears in a different spot?
Interesting.
stop reading my notes.
I have a 17 int. That's literally all my character does is think about these things all day, every day.
Okay.
Maybe it
Well-
will be a short campaign, says Mama Strange. That would be really sad. Like 3 sessions and we're done.
No worries, no worries. Well, my friends, it has been I can't believe how quickly this night has gone by. So just like that. So, dear audience, kindly pay attention to our good friends. Give toss a sub to your Twitchers, and let's find out where each of our friends can be found here. So let's start out with Dizera.
So I'm easy. You can. I said what I said. I said what I said. You can find me on Twitter at Celine. You can find me on Twitch at Celine. And here Wednesday nights.
Okay.
And then hanging out in various Twitch chats.
And you're also technical person for Utharian Legends.
I'm not a techno. I make maps and cheerlead.
Okay, so you're a technical person on Utharian Legends anyway. Next up, my good friend Trav.
Whatever I'm doing, I'm going to announce it on Twitter anyway. So go look for me at TWFarland on Twitter. It's in the chat. That's me.
Short, sweet, spicy.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Lydia.
I'm 2 of those things.
Hello. Is my mic is now working? Thank you.
Yes.
You can find me huzzah on Twitter at Lydia_Gaz, and here on Wednesday nights.
Okay. Oh, Nate.
Oh, hello there. You can find me on Twitter at Bigby's Hand. Eventually, you'll be able to find me on Twitch whenever I get my own place. Bigby's_hand. Go ahead and drop me a follow so you'll know whenever I actually go back to streaming. Also, you can find me here at Surprise Party and every other Sunday on Utharian Legends.
Yay.
Awesome.
And the next episode, I believe, is the 30th.
Yes,
That's correct.
That is what that's what we announced earlier.
Yep.
So, Bob.
I'm occasionally lurking in some of the Twitch chats when I can get around to it, and you'll find me here next week. That's pretty much it.
Nice.
Okay, we're still not talking about TikTok.
No.
Okay. First rule of TikTok, you don't talk about TikTok. And Lorai, who is
Hi.
up so late, and we love you for
Yes.
that.
I'm Lorai. I stream too at chaoticlawful_inc. We're starting a new D&D show with Candlekeep in Exandria this Saturday. And that's the most important thing. The rest you can find on Twitter, which has already been linked in the chat. So just, come hang out.
Wonderful. Wow. Candlekeep in Exandria?
Yeah, we're going
Wow.
through the Cobalt Reserve.
Nice. Very nice. Well, friends and fiends, I have been your happy dungeon master, Ye-Olde Dragon. You can find me on the Twitter sphere at Draconic Verses. You can find me also with the at D&D Surprise Party, minus the U. And you can find me here on Twitch every Wednesday night at Chaotic Tiefling, and you'll be able to eventually see stuff I do on the Ye-Olde Dragon Twitch channel. Stuff will be coming. I do promise that very, very soon. Just having to work stuff out. But that be that as it may, there should be a link down in the chat for everything else. All of my merch that I mentioned before.
Forsooth.
Forsooth. Here we go. Exclamation point forsooth will get you that link. And remember, for the next 48 hours, it is up to 35% off. Plus, you get 20% off if you buy 4 masks. So the 20% does come off of the 35% as well. And stickers are 25% off if you buy 4. Same thing. And you get the sale discount on top of that. It's cool. Who doesn't love to save money on cool, nerdy things? So, friends and fiends, that will do it for this week. Thank you very much for your donations that helped the party out this week. But now, my friends, those roles, including my own, have evaporated. This week's Chosen. I'm sorry. I ordinarily give who the Chosen was for the week. The third Chosen that was actually selected last week was Southus. And there was an instance of it happening. I rolled and it didn't go through.
Oh, well.
So you did not get it. So you will have immunity next week when we select the next Chosen, Trav. So, friends and fiends, that will do it for us. Stay safe. Stay healthy. If you have to go out, please wear that mask because we still need to, regardless of vaccinations or not, just to be on the safe side. Take care of each other and take care of yourself. And we will see you next Wednesday. Good night, everybody.
Good night.